Taking a look at some Fremont County happenings, I'm Jared Anderson. 29 in a row. Lander Valley High School boys swimmers won another state championship last weekend in Gillette. Head coach Shauna Morgan.
You know, every year it gets harder, but every year is special. And to see what these boys did this weekend was just unreal. I mean, I couldn't believe it. This was the first year we had 100% time cuts. We didn't have one mediocre swim. Every single quick kid swam their hearts out, dove their hearts out, and it was phenomenal. It was just unreal. I have goosebumps just thinking about it. It was just crazy.
Tigers finished with 355 total team points. Buffalo came in second at 254, so another decisive team victory for Lander Swimming. Central Wyoming College hosting a regional speech and debate tournament. The Wind River Speech and Debate National Qualifying Tournament happens this upcoming weekend, and volunteers are needed. If you'd like to be a judge, help out some high school students from all over western Wyoming, you can. There are volunteer opportunities, and a link to find more about those is on our website, county10.com. And for travelers between Shoshone and Casper, just a quick heads up, the Waltman Rest Area temporarily closed due to a water system issue. There are porta potties set up if you still need that roadside pit stop. More details on that and more community news at county10.com.
KOVE, 1330 AM and 107.7 FM. Community connected.
Saving money is not what it used to be. The strategies your parents and grandparents used to save and build wealth may not work anymore. With interest rates constantly changing, uncertainty all around us, and a big question mark as to what will happen next, your strategy needs to be checked. Hi, I'm Mick Pryor, your Edward Jones financial advisor. If you want to just get started in investing, come talk to me. If you want to make sure you're on track financially, come talk to me. If you just want to get back on track, come talk to me. Give us a call at 856-6116. 856-6116. Edward Jones. Making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
This is the Daily Market Report, brought to you by financial advisor John P. Shade from Edward Jones. Equity markets closed lower on Tuesday as consumer confidence declined more than expected. Markets will focus on NVIDIA's fourth quarter earnings over the remainder of the week, as well as key housing data, including new home sales, building permits, and pending home sales for January. In international markets, Asia was down following President Trump's comments that tariffs on Canada and Mexico will go into effect next week after the 30-day pause put in place at the beginning of February expires. Bond yields ticked lower, with the 10-year Treasury yield at 4.29%. The U.S. dollar declined versus major currencies. WTI crude oil traded lower as the potential for lifting sanctions on Russia could increase supply, while tariffs could slow economic growth, which would likely reduce demand. The S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller 20-City Home Price Index rose 4.5% in December from the year-earlier period, above estimates calling for 4.4%. The pace of home price gains had been slowing for much of 2024, falling from the March peak of 7.5% year-over-year. However, this trend reversed in the past few months, with New York reporting the largest annual gains, followed by Chicago and Boston. Home prices are a key driver of the shelter component of inflation, which remains elevated at 4.7% for the Fed's Preferred Personal Consumption Expenditure (PCE) price index. Limited supply of available homes for sale have been a contributor to higher prices. Existing home sales have been depressed at about 4.1 million annualized in January, well below the average of about 5.2 million a year over the past decade. Many homeowners have mortgages with interest rates well below current market rates, which means their house payments would likely rise if they were to sell. Lower mortgage rates could help bring more homes to market, potentially returning supply and demand to better balance. The Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index declined for the third consecutive month to 98.3 in February, below forecasts pointing to 103.0. Pessimism about labor market conditions, future income, and employment prospects were key detractors. Inflation expectations for the next 12 months rose to 6% from 5.2% in January, driven by the recent rise in prices of household staples and the expected impact of tariffs based on written responses. Intentions to purchase homes continued to recover, while plans to buy cars and other big-ticket items were down. Spending priorities shifted as well, with personal and health care moving up at the expense of video streaming and travel. These trends could start to weigh on consumer spending, although further progress in bringing inflation down and clarity on tariffs could help improve sentiment, in our view. Today, U.S. equities closed lower. The Dow closed up 160 points, or 0.37%, at 43,621. The Nasdaq closed down 261 points, or 1.35%, at 19,026. The S&P 500 was down 28 points, or 0.47%, at 5,955. And in the bond market, 10-year Treasury yields are trading at 4.29% lower by miter 0.1 percentage points. In commodity markets, the price of crude oil was down $1.61, or 2.28%, at 69.09 cents, and the spot price of gold was down 37.20 cents, or minus 1.26%, to $2,926. This has been today's Financial Market Report, brought to you by Edward Jones and financial advisor John P. Shade, member SIPC, serving individual investors with personalized attention and financial advice at 704 Main Street in Lander. If you would like additional information, please contact him at 307-335-7722. Daily commentary is also located on the website at edwardjones.com.
I'm John Shade, your Lander Edward Jones financial advisor. I believe feeling rich is less about reaching a magic number and more about living life on your terms. With financial strategies that help support a life you love, you can count on me to help you achieve what matters most to you, because the key to being rich is knowing what counts. Contact me today at 335-7722, and let's find your rich. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
County 10 weather.
Today will be mostly sunny and windy as a Pacific trough works its way across the area. This Pacific trough will tighten the pressure gradient, so that'll result in west winds of 20 to 30 with a few gusts of 40 to 45 miles per hour. It'll be a bit cooler but still mild with this Pacific trough working its way through. The high will be around 50 degrees. And then for tonight, it'll be partly cloudy, breezy. We'll keep a west wind of 20 to 30 miles per hour. The lows will be in the low 20s. And then for tomorrow, Wednesday, mostly sunny with lighter winds, highs in the upper 40s. Now, one side note, if you're heading up to Togety Pass today, expect another 2 to 4 inches of snow to fall up there today. I'm meteorologist Dave Lipson.
Is your vehicle a wreck? Let Fremont Collision Center and Body Shop pick up the pieces. Hail damage, scratch and dent repair, accident repair, collision damage, paintwork, headlight restoration, windshield repair and replacement, and that's just a few of the things that their full-service body shop can do for all makes and models of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Call Fremont Collision Center for a free estimate at 307-332-4445. That's 332-4445. Or stop in and see them at 1790 West Main Street in Lander, Fremont Collision Center and Body Shop.
Welcome to the WyoPreps Daily Radio Report, powered by the WyoPreps mobile app. I'm David Settle. The Tuesday Report is brought to you by Bob Ruart Motors and WYDOT. Wyoming had a very impressive showing at the prestigious Simplot Games for indoor track and field in Idaho last weekend. The big highlight was from Landon Walker. The Kelly Walsh Sr. won both the long jump and triple jump with personal bests. He went 23 feet a half inch in the long jump and 47 feet 8.5 inches in the triple jump. Other wins from Wyoming student athletes came from Lainey Berryhill of Laramie in the girls 400 meters and Lander's Adeline Anderson, who won the shot put. Chance Morris of Sheridan took first in the 200 meters for the boys, and Evanston's Aiden Hartzell won the 400 meters. See the full results at WyoPreps.
The President's Day sale is happening now at Bob Ruart Motors in Wheatland, giving you the opportunity to save big on new and used vehicles. Now through the end of February, Ram heavy-duty trucks are a whopping $7,500 off, and Jeep Wagoneers have savings of over $14,000. Don't miss your opportunity to get into your dream vehicle with the 2025 President's Day sale, happening now through the end of February at Bob Ruart Motors in Wheatland. All roads lead to BobRuartMotors.com.
All state awards for boys swimming and diving were released on Monday by the Wyoming Coaches Association. Buffalo senior Tommy Wonka was the only four-time award winner. The four-time state champ earned the honor every year of his prep career. 4 more swimmers received All-State for the 3rd time. You can see the full list of 3A and 4A boys swimming and diving All-State performers on the WyoPreps app and at WyoPreps.com.
Over the last 3 years, 67 plows have been hit throughout Wyoming. And WYDOT's message is simple. Don't crowd the plow. It's important to be patient on the roads as plows move slowly. Give them plenty of space, at least 4 car lengths, and don't pass unless you have a clear view unobstructed by snow. WYDOT urges drivers to never pass a plow on the right, even if it is plowing the left lane, as plow wing attachments can be difficult to see. Keep the roads safe and don't crowd the plow. This message is paid for by WYDOT.
2 more state championships are this week. State wrestling is Thursday through Saturday in Casper. Find a preview at WyoPreps. State Nordic skiing is Friday and Saturday in Laramie. Plus, we've got regional basketball scoreboards for 1A and 2A available now at WyoPreps. This has been the WyoPreps Daily Radio Report. I'm David Settle. For more on Wyoming High School sports, visit WyoPreps.com, powered by the WyoPreps mobile app.
Wants to help farmers maximize this year's growing season. Ryan Denhart says that it all starts with soil fertility.
The big part of it is, when you look at like measuring what you manage, right? So you don't really know what you need unless you know where you're at. So blindly putting on application or not putting application for that matter is a risk, right? It costs, especially with fertilizer costs, whether input costs are high and commodity prices may be low, right? So you really have to be able to manage the economics of it and make sure that you're making the right decisions on the operation. And the cost of test is relatively cheap in comparison to the data that you get. So it's just really important to know where you're at, to know what kind of things you need to do to achieve the goals on your operation.
And he says since 1983, Ward Labs has been helping farmers and ranchers.
Our bread and butter is soil fertility, but we do soil health, plant tissue, manure, fertilizer, feed, and water testing. So, really, the services that we provide kind of expand any and all industry. We do a ton of water testing for breweries, a lot of household water tests, irrigation water, things like that. So really pretty diverse. We get samples from over the country, all over the world. So it's pretty exciting place to be a part of.
Now, for more information and to order a soil health assessment kit, visit wardlab.com. Stay with us. We'll have more ag news right after this.
Join Sandhill Red Angus on Tuesday, March 4th at Sydney Livestock, Sydney, Montana.
Well, a lot is happening these days at the EPA, including Endangered Species Act changes that'll impact farmers and ranchers across the entire country. Trump's nominee, Lee Zeldin, is the new EPA administrator, but it's unclear yet how funding cuts will affect the agency. However, Washington insiders say look for plenty of movement at the agency. For the Western Ag Network, I'm Russell Nemitz.
And a very good Tuesday evening to you. Welcome inside Pinedale High School. Jared Anderson with you. We're set for a doubleheader of basketball. Lander girls and boys taking on Pinedale. And first up here, it's going to be an opportunity to see the number one ranked 3A girls team in the state. The Pinedale Wranglers are ranked number one. They have been fantastic this year, and Landers got their work cut out for them, certainly. This is the Porter's Tailgate Show, made possible by Porter's Supply Company in Riverton. They are your home for stoves, spas, pellets, and some of the best customer service around. Go say hello to Porter's Supply Company, and while you're in there, make sure to say thank you for making Fremont County sports coverage possible on County 10. We appreciate them very much, and they are the big sponsors of this year's Mascot Challenge, which is back and opened for voting today, as we'll determine the best mascot in Fremont County. So thanks to Porter's Supply Company for once again supporting the youth of Fremont County. Again, coming up here, a doubleheader of basketball. Landers girls and boys taking on Pinedale. The Lady Wranglers are 18-1 on the season, 7-0 in the 3A West. They are coming off of wins against Powell and Cody. And if you're a Wyoming High School girls basketball fan, you know how good that Cody team is. They've defeated them twice this year. Their only loss was to Green River, obviously a 4A team, a team that's kind of middle of the road 4A. I'm not so sure that Pinedale couldn't get them if they played a second time, with all due respect to Green River, but still a really impressive record at 18-1 overall. Lander lost to Powell last Friday, their last time out, in a tough one, 41-37. An interesting day, an interesting road trip to say the least for Lander boys and girls. They wound up getting to Pinedale from Lander through Rollins. They initially were obviously going to come over South Pass, which is the direction that I got to go, but was close to light, high-profile vehicles. That included the school bus, unfortunately, for Lander. So plan B was Togety Pass. Togety had no unnecessary travel warning. Plan Z was to go all the way through Rollins, all the way across Interstate 80. Talked to Drew Powell, the girls' coach, when they got in a little bit ago. Said it was still very windy the entire way. I wishes they could have just gone 20 miles an hour over South Pass and probably would have gotten here faster than going all the way over Rollins. But the good news is they're here, and the even better news is we're going to start this game right on time. Unfortunately for the freshman team, the freshman girls were only allowed to play 2 quarters in a half a game before this one, because they were late arriving, and we want to get the varsity games on time with people expecting a game here in the Pinedale community. This is Lander Tiger basketball. Let's squeeze in a quick timeout. We'll get you set with the starting lineups and the tip-off in just about a minute from Pinedale High School, right here on KOVE, 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, and streaming video coverage tonight. You can watch along with us on the County 10 YouTube channel.
Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmvs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Is RE/MAX All-Star Realtors. We're a professional real estate agency where your success is our priority. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, we're here to guide you every step of the way. With unmatched professionalism and a track record of delivering results, we're your trusted partners in real estate. Your success is our top priority. Find your perfect property with RE/MAX All-Star Realtors. Contact us at 307-856-7827 or visit remaxriverton.com.
Star Spangled Banner wrapping up here from Pinedale High School's Wrangler Gymnasium as we welcome you back inside. Thanks again to Porter's Supply Company making our Porter's Tailgate show possible. Just about set for a doubleheader of basketball. Again, some odd travel circumstances for Lander. Didn't know 100% that they were going to make it here today, but they did, luckily, and we are just about ready to bring you an interesting 3A West game. Again, number 1 Pinedale Wranglers taking on Lander tonight. Lander under Drew Powell in his second year being introduced to the fans right now. Their starting 5 looks like this. Number 0 is Daisy Goklish. Goklish averages 13.5 per game. Number 10, Paisley Hollingshead. She's averaging 5 points per contest. Number 13, Zoe Maholland. Maholland averaging 3.2. Got Hayden Goggles in the starting 5. Goggles averaging 9 points per game. And number 34 is Dagan Reinhardt. Reinhardt averaging 5.3 and 6 rebounds per game. For the Wranglers, under Trent Bauer in his third year with the program, Gabby Rogers gets the start. She wears number 13, averaging 7.6 points per contest. Number 21 is Lexi White. White is averaging 9.8 points per game and 8 rebounds per contest. Number 22 is Claire Thornoff. Thornoff is averaging 8 points per game. And number 23 is Elin Bowers. Bowers will certainly be a name to watch. We're going to talk a lot about her tonight. Bowers averaging 26.6 points per game and 4.5 assists per game. That's your starting 10 on the floor combined as everybody gives the high fives and handshakes. Pinedale students on their feet. It'll be Kendall McFadden in the jump center circle. She will go opposite Elin Bowers, and we are just about ready for basketball. Pinedale's going to be in their all-home white uniforms, trimmed in orange and green. Lander in their green away uniforms, trimmed in black and white. Again, Jared Anderson with you tonight as you've got the backup broadcaster. Scott Fuller returns to the airwaves later this week with Lander hosting the Lyman Eagles senior night at the Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse. Pinedale basketball first here, starting attacking the zone to my left. Bowers on a dribble drive, can't get it to go, but she draws the contact. So Elin Bowers, the all-time leading scorer at Pinedale for girls basketball. She has surpassed 2,000 career points. And to put that in perspective, as her first free throw is good, put that in perspective, we celebrate kids in high school basketball when they reach 1,000 career points. She has done that times 2. Goklish in backcourt, gives it to Hayden Goggles. Goggles with some moderate full court pressure will work it into the front court. Now give back to Goklish. Goklish has it poked away from her, knocked out of bounds. .7:33 to go first quarter. It's 2-0 on the 2 Elin Bowers free throws. Goggles looking away up top, finds Reinhardt. McFadden on a cut now, right side. Will back it off behind the arc. Snap a pass down low to Goggles. Reverse layup is good. Hayden Goggles with a nice looking bucket, and we're tied at 2 is here on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. As always, thanks to Fremont Chevy GMC in Riverton, making our scoreboard updates possible. You'll see that scoreboard courtesy of them on the bottom of your County 10 screen all night long. Bowers, left side, outside on the dribble. Now pass it across the court to White. Lexi's going to lose the basketball. It's ripped away by Reinhardt, and here comes Lander in transition. Maholland has it go off of her fingertips. And right back the other direction is Erica Wilson. Top of the key, Rogers hands back to Wilson. Wilson uses screen as they keep it hot around the perimeter. Now Bowers, dribble to the left elbow, stop at the free throw line, dish off for White. A 2-pointer is good from Lexi White. Bowers the assist. Knocked away in backcourt off of Pinedale last. Intercepted on the inbound by Bowers. She'll give it up to White. Lay it up and in. That's Erica Wilson, I beg your pardon. Not Lexi White, Erica Wilson. Lander in transition back the other direction. Goklish, quick three-pointer was no good. Bowers quickly down the floor the other direction. Long skip pass for Gabby Rogers. She tries a three. That's no good. And Dagan Reinhardt is there for another rebound. 7-2. Pinedale on top of Lander here early on. We've played 2:20 on that Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Goggles spins at the top. Dish it off for McFadden. Kindle's three is well short. May have been deflected. No, they'll say just out of bounds off of the missed shot. Pinedale's got one more regular season doubleheader, and that'll be right here at this gym. So we avoid the senior festivities by one. They've got Mountain View coming in here on Friday. Rogers, right side behind the arc. Wilson, as they play catch around the perimeter. Bowers, a little bit of space up top. Three, that's no good. Fight for it underneath, gathered by Reinhardt. Loose ball pickup. Goggles quickly down the lane. Left side, draws the foul. Apologize for a quick Porter's Tailgate show as we had, I'll call it a technical issue. The issue was we were unplugged by another broadcaster. In and out, back in again from Goggles. So first point from Hayden. They're left scrambling there for a minute, trying to reset everything back up due to the power issue. Goggles knocks them both in, make it 7-4. Wranglers on top of the Tigers here. First quarter action from Pinedale High School. Bowers' little hesitation goes right at her defender. Easy layup and in. Elin Bowers. And here's a steal in backcourt by White. Ricochets around. Picked up by Wilson. Foul on Lander as Charlotte Hawk tried to go up with the basketball and draws the foul on Brianna Lincoln, who had just checked in a moment ago. First foul of the game on Brianna. First free throw for Hawk, no good front of the rim. Hawk a 45% free throw shooter on the season. Pinedale a 70% team shooting free throws this year. That's one of the best I've seen in the state. Off of a Wrangler player in backcourt. Knocked away again right at midcourt by Pinedale. Reinhardt ready to send it in. Now Goklish slowly works it up the floor underneath, looking for Reinhardt. Right side block, cannot get the two to drop. Rebound tracked down by a Pinedale player, and Erica Wilson will push it up the floor this time. Wilson in command with it, and now to White for three in the corner. That's no good. Offensive rebound by May McGuire. She'll kick it back to Wilson. Try a three at the top. That's no good. Brianna Lincoln soars in for the Lander rebound. 10-4, Pinedale on top of Lander midway through the first quarter. Right down the lane. Hayden Goggles couldn't get the layup to go. Wanted a foul call. Nothing doing down there. Bowers, mid-range fadeaway two from the right side is no good. Rebound tipped around, though, comes out to McGuire. And thus far, Pinedale doing an excellent job on the glass. Bowers on the dribble, circles around up top. Now White Bowers down the lane, right-hand layup is good. 2 more for Elin Bowers. That 2,000-point mark is just shattered at this point. She actually set that when Pinedale went to Lander. May McGuire picks up the first personal foul on Pinedale. That'll be ball out of bounds to Lander. That game not long ago, February 15th, to be specific, Pinedale knocked off Lander at LVHS 67-54. Reinhardt in the corner to McFadden. Kindle tries a 3. That skims out, no good. Bowers, the rebound. Outlet up ahead to a teammate. Right back to Elin. She spots up for an open 3. No good front of the rim. And Reinhardt there for the Lander rebound. Goggles works it up the floor. Up top, McFadden. Kindle. Go down the lane, left-hand dribble, and she's fouled on the floor. So it went quite a while in the first quarter without a Pinedale foul, and now they've got 2 on the last 2 Lander possessions. At the first one on Charlotte Hawk. Goggles in the corner, trying to put a move on her defender. Stop just outside the left elbow. Dish off underneath, intended for Brianna Lincoln. Now loose ball on the floor is finally scooped up by Erica Wilson. And Pinedale back in command with it with a 12-4 advantage. New Pinedale on the floor is Madeline Hawk. So you got a pair of Hawks out there. Bowers past a defender, jumps up in the lane split. Couple of defenders down low. Ultimately, Elin Bowers went past 3 Lander players on that dribble drive. And Pinedale's got their largest lead of the game at 14-4. And they're going to get the ball back. Pass intended for Reinhardt. Sails on her. No chance for Dagan down low. And we'll get a timeout from Drew Powell. Again, a long way here for Lander. What is normally a 2.5-hour drive, or I guess about 2 hours from Lander to Pinedale, turned into a 5+ hour extravaganza. South Pass had the close to light high profile wind warning, and it was windy on South Pass. Looks like that has been lifted tonight. So they couldn't go over South Pass. Togety Pass had a no unnecessary travel warning. Couldn't go that way. Lander winds up going all the way down to Rollins, across Interstate 80, and back up to Pinedale. And Coach Powell kind of joked and said it was still windy the entire way. And here's what we get in Wyoming, unfortunately, sometimes. Inside of 2 minutes to play first quarter action. Pinedale by 10 with the basketball. Hawk. Send it to Charlotte Hawk. That's Madeline and Charlotte Hawk. And now the ball's knocked loose. Hayden Goggles picks it up off the floor. Lander in transition. McFadden will go baseline right. Dish off to a wide open teammate. 3 is not going to drop for Addie Rounds, who just checked in during that timeout. And it's taken away by Hawk in transition. Give it up to Wilson. Wilson stopped beyond the free throw line. Bowers will line up a 3, hand in her face, and she still gets it to go. Looked like Luka Doncic the other night with a hand that I think slapped him in the face against Denver and still got the 3 to go. Underneath, McFadden can't hit the layup. Bowers, another rebound. We're inside of a minute to play first quarter action. And a 13-point lead for Pinedale. Got a 3-second violation whistled against the Wranglers. They're going to call that on Madeline Hawk. Camped out down low for a little bit too long. Lander trying to get something to click offensively here before the end of the first quarter. Brianna Lincoln will try corner 3. That's no good. And Elin Bowers there for the rebound. Bowers a guard, but has done a great job on the glass so far. Obviously leads everybody in points and the leading assist person for this Pinedale team. Don't let those stats fool you, though. This Pinedale team is well-rounded. Gabby Rogers averaging over 7. Lexi White averaging almost 10. As a 3 right corner. Speaking of Gabby Rogers, there she is with her first points of the game. Lincoln half-court buzzer beater, no, off the backboard. And after one, it's all Pinedale. They lead Lander 20-4. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. Back in a minute with more Lander Tiger basketball on KOVE, 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, and streaming video on the County 10 YouTube channel.
Kane and Associates CPAs, we serve clients across Fremont County and beyond with top-tier accounting services. From individual taxes to business consulting, our creative and precise team offers tax management, estate planning, and more. You'll find us engaged and meticulous to ensure each client gets personalized guidance. Visit rivertoncpa.com to learn more about our services and how we can help you achieve financial success.
Welcome you back here to Pinedale High School. Jared Anderson with you. It was all Pinedale's ladies in quarter number 1. They lead Lander 20-4. It's LVHS basketball here to start quarter 2. Mulholland gets it into Goklish, and Daisy quickly up the floor, runs into a double team, knocked to the playing surface, and we've got a tie-up 7 seconds into the quarter, and it turns it back over to Pinedale on the arrow. Elin Bowers off to a good start in this one, works it up the floor as Lander digs into a 2-3 zone here to start the second quarter. Tipped and knocked out of bounds by Addie Rounds. That'll stay with the Wranglers on their first possession of the second quarter and a 16-point advantage. Bowers uses a screen at the top, dribble it, right side elbow extended, and then right back to Elin at the top. Left side outside they go to Wilson. Wilson will back it near the midcourt area, pick up her dribble and send it right side to Rogers. Back to Wilson. Wilson runs inside of the arc, and now we'll keep it hot around the perimeter. Right back to Wilson. She'll try a left side 3 now. That's no good. Zoe Mulholland is there for the rebound outlet pass. Comes to Brianna Lincoln, and Lincoln will fire up the Lander offense. Minute gone by in quarter 2. Nobody scored yet this quarter. Still at 20-4 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Lincoln beyond the free throw line. That's no good. Left it a little bit short. Rebounded out by Gabby Rogers, and here comes Pinedale in transition. Wilson to Bowers. She'll try a long 3, and that's good. Pretty looking shot from Elin Bowers. One of those ones where the net just crisply flips back up and ball does not hit anything except nylon. Tipped at midcourt, almost taken away by Lexi White, but gathered back in by Brianna Lincoln, who was then fouled at midcourt. It's going to go on Lexi White, her first foul on either side here in quarter 2. Goklish switches hands up top looking for Goggles. Goggles, spin move down the paint, hooks a pass back to Lincoln, who then promptly throws it out of bounds. Lincoln thought that Goggles was going to cut out. She cut inside instead, and pass sails to nobody. Appreciate our YouTube audience streaming us on the County 10 YouTube channel. If you want to use that chat box on the right side of your computer. I think it mainly shows up if you're on a computer, phones, and if you're casting it, you probably can't find it as easily. But if you are able to find it, let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. We'll shout you out throughout the broadcast. Bowers at the top. One of the best players in Wyoming high school girls basketball by far, regardless of class. Shot in deep. Missed that time by Gabby Rogers. Outlet quickly by Lander. McFadden up ahead. Could not get it to go from inside the right block. And ball knocked out of bounds off of Lander last. Make it a foul under there too. They will call Addie Rounds on the foul there underneath. Nice gym here at Pinedale High School. This is my first time doing a game of any kind in Pinedale. I've done Pinedale games at state before, but have never done a game here at Pinedale High School. Really nice facility. Kind of an awkward setup for the camera, so apologies for some folks up and down in the bleachers in front, but that's the hand we're dealt. Bowers, long three, no good. Offensive rebound kept alive nicely for a moment by White, then thrown into backcourt. All the way into Trent Bowers, the head coach, who looks at his players and says, settle down. Lander looking for their first points of the quarter. 4:40 to go, second quarter. It's 23-4. Wranglers in front of the Tigers on that Fremont Chevy scoreboard. There's a nice dish to Mulholland, but she cannot hit the layup. Good pass by Hayden Goggles. Lander has missed several shots from inside of the paint. Unfortunately, their shot chart not good all over the floor, but it's kind of those bunnies in deep that will really drive you nuts. But the good news is they're working for some good shots, and you got to just keep shooting in those situations. White, right corner to Bowers up top. Wilson sends it in the right corner now to Rogers. Gabby, couple of dribbles, is fouled on the floor. That'll be team foul number 2 on Lander, and foul number 1 on Hayden Goggles. Bowers left corner out of the inbound, square up for a 3 and knock it in. Elin Bowers with a couple inches of space is confident all over the floor. Can create off the dribble, can hit from the outside. Fun to watch. Maybe not necessarily against your team, but sure basketball fans can appreciate that talent level, no matter who you're rooting for. Here's McFadden at the free throw line. Dish off to Goklish. Goklish tries a 3, doesn't draw anything. The Pinedale students let her know about it, and it's Wrangler basketball with a 26-4 advantage. As we close in on 3 minutes remaining in the first half, here's Bauer, straightaway 3, no good. Skims out to the right side this time, and Reinhardt is there for the Lander rebound. Goklish works it up the floor for the Tigers. Man-to-man defense the entire way for Pinedale High School. Goklish down the lane. Tough right-hand runner is going to drop Lander's first points of the quarter on a Daisy Goklish dribble drive with 2:40 remaining in the second quarter. Make it a 20-point Pinedale lead right now. Wilson underneath Bowers. Eland double team now. Eland will send it to a teammate, Lexi. White spins it around up top. Now left side, they reverse it to White. Bowers back in command up top. Timeout. Coach Bowers wants to talk things over. Saw a new Lander player come in a moment ago. Paisley Hollingshead has been out there for the last minute or so as we You're the Pinedale High School marching band in the background. Good student section. You can't see them very well on your camera on this side. They are taking up a section down there. You got the cheer squad. You got the band performing. A good atmosphere. And then when I was pulling into the gym a while ago, a lot of the Pinedale students were wearing PHS game day shirts. So excited for their basketball team, especially this girls team this year. #1 in 3A girls basketball in a conference, by the way, that has teams like Cody and Douglas in it. Pinedale knocking off Cody for a second time and on the road last weekend. Shows you just how good these Wranglers are. Got the boys game coming up in a little bit. Pinedale just under 500 right now. They're 9-10 overall. Lander has won 3 in a row on the boys' side. They're 11-8. Brianna Lincoln, Daisy Goklish, Kendall McFadden, Paisley Hollingshead, and Dagan Reinhardt, the 5 on the floor for Lander. It is Wrangler basketball. There's Lander 5 in a 2-3 zone defensively. Wilson, left side outside, back off the dribble, and now send it to Lexi White. Back to Wilson at the top, has Lincoln on her defensively. Now Bowers inside, gets caught up in the air, but passes it to a teammate. Wilson for 3, that's no good. Rebound is tipped away by McFadden, gathered in by Goklish. And Lander tries to set up their half-court offense. Here's McFadden, right side behind the perimeter. To Hollingshead, back to McFadden. She lines up a 3, that's no good. Too strong, and Lexi White make sure Lander is one and done. Coach Powell trying to applaud his team's defensive effort. Shot in the paint is no good. Another offensive rebound for Pinedale, though. Kick it to Bowers. She tries to go past the defender. Reinhardt says not today and strips the basketball out of her hands. Will stay Pinedale possession, but good play by Dagan down low. Tigers trail by 20. Pinedale's led by as much as 22. Now make it 23. Three-pointer from Erica Wilson is good, and Pinedale makes it their largest lead of the game inside of a minute to play in the first half. Hollingshead down low for McFadden. McFadden off balance 2 is no good. Was drifting to her right. Could not hit it. Left it a little bit short. One and done again for the Tigers as Pinedale continues to clean up on both ends of the glass. White, right corner 3. No good for Lexi this time. Reinhardt gets the board. Gives it to Goklish. Goklish versus Bowers in backcourt. Will burn it into the front court. Behind the back dribble. Bowers really aggressive defensively too. Goklish going to pick up the basketball. Now she's double teamed in need of some help, and we'll get a jump ball. Possession arrow stays with Lander with 18.2 on the first half clock. Say hello to Rory, who says he only watched the refs. Are you a ref yourself, Rory, or just a fan of refereeing? Dennis is watching in Pennsylvania. Thanks for being here, Dennis. And say hello to Karen, watching in Oak Point, Texas. The grandma to Zoe Maholland back with us. There's Lincoln down the lane, rejected out of bounds by Erica Wilson. Stays Tiger basketball with just 7.4 remaining in the second quarter. 29-6, the Pinedale lead. Lander looking for any sign of life offensively here before halftime. Lob it to Hollingshead at the free throw line. Hollingshead scoop up a tough shot right side. Couldn't get it, but she's fouled, I believe, on the way up. It's going to go against Mae McGuire. Her first. And they're going to say that's on the floor. Boy, that was just before the shot went up from Hollingshead. 4.7. Goklish ready to send it in. Bounce pass it to Hollingshead. Lay it up and into right as time expires. Bowers long heave, no good. And at halftime, it is all Pinedale on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. They lead Lander 29-8. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll look ahead a little bit to the boys' game, and we'll let you know some of the other things going on across Fremont County sports, as well as 3A basketball. Check that scoreboard for you coming up at the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show presented by YDOT. That's on the way in just a couple of minutes. At the intermission, it's Pinedale's ladies 29, Lander 8. Back after this on KOVE Radio, 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, and streaming video coverage on the County 10 YouTube channel.
Northside Body Shop in Lander is proud to support sports and student athletes this season. Northside Body Shop is a staple in the Lander community and is primarily engaged in auto body, paint, and interior repair and maintenance. If you hit a deer or have a vehicle accident, Northside will get your repairs handled and accept all forms of insurance. Javi and the crew got you covered. At Northside Body Shop, 323 North 2nd Street, Lander.
This 4th of July, let us celebrate the spirit of freedom, honor our history, and cherish the unity that binds us as a nation. First Interstate Bank is here to serve our community with pride, from personal banking to commercial services. Connect with us for trusted financial expertise. Happy 4th of July. Brought to you by the employees at First Interstate Bank in Riverton and Lander. Visit firstinterstatebank.com.
To Bailey Tire Pros, your local tire and auto repair specialists in Riverton and Lander. Say no to endless online tire listings and experience the convenience of local service. With unbeatable prices and top quality tires, we're here to change the game. Quality service and expert staff ensure you always get the right fit for your car. Choose local. Choose Bailey Tire Pros, where your satisfaction hits the road.
Welcome you into the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show presented by the Wyoming Department of Transportation. Their message is simple. Seatbelts save lives. Buckle up every trip, every time, and could save your life someday. So make that a habit to buckle up every trip, every time. At the break, Pinedale out in front of Lander 29-8. They are certainly showing why they're the number one team in 3A girls basketball right now, led 20-4. At the end of the first quarter, so Lander doing a better job defensively, I guess, in the second stanza there, 9-4 overall, the last 8-minute scoring. Got boys basketball coming up in just a little bit, as should be an interesting one. Lander boys have won 3 games in a row, and they look to keep that going. They're 5-3 in conference play, 11-8 overall. Pinedale 9-10 overall, 3-5 in conference play. When they met not long ago, February 15th in Lander, it was the Tigers fairly decisively, 64-46. Pinedale lost to Cody and Powell last weekend, and Riverton was able to beat Powell 50-46. So 3 wins for the Tigers in a row, going back to that road trip to Mountain View. They knocked off Pinedale at home and beat Powell on the road. So they are doing a good job here on the road as of late. Coach Mullins, typically good this time of year, and obviously it varies season to season, but hoping for some wins down the stretch to get their team qualified for the state tournament. The Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show rolls on. We'll take one more time out, try to figure out a couple of technical things happening behind the scenes, and we'll be back to basketball in just a couple of moments. You're listening to Lander and Pinedale. Wranglers on top of the Tigers at the half, 29-8. Back in a couple of minutes on KOVE, 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, and streaming video coverage on the County 10 YouTube channel. Welcome me back in here to Pinedale High School. Apologize for a slight technical reset. Got to plug in various cords and figure a couple of electronic things out here behind the scenes. Thanks again to the Wyoming Department of Transportation making our halftime coverage possible. It is Pinedale's ladies on top of Lander 29-8 at the intermission, as we are just about ready for third quarter basketball. Looks like it'll be the same starting five for Lander. Zoe Mulholland, Hayden Goggles, Daisy Goklish, Dagan Reinhardt, Kendall McFadden out there. See Erica Wilson, Elin Bowers, Lexi White, Gabby Rogers, and Mae McGuire on the floor here to start for Pinedale. So one change to the original starters. A little give and go. McFadden down the lane, goes up strong and draws the foul. 2 free throws for Kendall McFadden. We'll start quarter 3 with Lander trailing by 21. Personal foul was on Erica Wilson, her first. Obviously the first team foul. Kendall's first free throw, no good in front of the rim. Second attempt for Kendall is good. So the first point of the third quarter belongs to Lander, makes it a 20-point game. Bowers quickly across the time stretch. Pinedale kind of bunched together. Now they'll separate. Lander slides back into another zone defense. A little different wrinkle to it as they come way up top, but it is still a 2-3 zone. Bowers jump stop, use the window. 2 more for Elin Bowers, picking up right where she left off here in the second half. Mulholland, right side, outside, holds the ball above her head, put it on the floor one time, send it to the corner. Reinhardt back again against White. Now up top to McFadden, and they'll go to Goklish. Daisy, crossover dribble down the lane, stops. Kick it up top to Goggles. Goggles, floater in the paint is no good. Couple of players for either side hit the deck, and Bowers emerges from the pack with the basketball. White in the corner, one dribble, back to Elin at the top. Rogers, try a 3, that's no good, skims off the net. Reinhardt there for the rebound, throws it away though. Put it up tough in the lane. Erica Wilson gets bodied up and fouled, and Erica's going to go to the line to shoot 2 times. 6:39 to go, third quarter. It's Pinedale 31, Lander 9. In the first of our doubleheader. Gabby Rogers, first and 2 is good. Windy day all over Wyoming, breezy here in Sublette County, but not awful as far as temperature and weather. It was windy coming over South Pass. Like I mentioned, Lander had to go through Rollins. That was the third option to get here after the wind advisories on South Pass and no unnecessary travel over Toketee Pass. So freshman didn't get to play a whole game, only got to play a half. There's a block and a takeaway. Mae McGuire able to scoop it up. Rogers, left side to Wilson. Erica surveys the floor, finds Bowers. Right back to Erica at the top. She's going to send a couple of screeners down low. And they'll go to Bowers in the corner. Squares to the basket. Pass it back up top to White. Pinedale just playing catch around the perimeter. Surveying this Lander zone. Bowers has it left corner. Now all the way around to White. Ball's knocked out of bounds off of Zoe Mulholland. Say hello to Blaine watching in Scottsdale, Arizona. Thank you for being here, Blaine. Appreciate you. So we got Texas, Arizona, Pennsylvania all checking in so far on that County 10 YouTube chat. Pretty darn cool to have Some folks joining us from Wyoming, all over the country. Bowers down the lane, gets it to bounce off of the rim and go. 2 more for the all-time leading Pinedale scorer for girls basketball. Her name is all over the record books here at Wrangler Gym. They've got those big decorations all the way around the gym. Most points in a game, most points in a season, most career points. They all say Elin Bowers. There's a push foul on Erica Wilson. That's foul number 2 on Erica. Second team foul on the Wranglers of the third quarter. Out of bounds stays Lander basketball. Got Wyoming Cowboy basketball late tonight from Reno as they take on the Nevada Wolfpack. Hopefully we'll be able to get you at least a few updates in the boys game. I don't know that we're going to go too far into that game. And then I believe we'll be able to join that in progress right after. Timeout, Coach Powell. 4:47 remaining third quarter. It's Pinedale 35, Lander 9. Want to thank Bailey Tire and Auto Service, proud to cheer on our local athletes. They've got full-service tire and auto shops at 755 South Federal in Riverton, 1305 West Main in Lander. And a big thank you to Wyoming Catholic College, proud to cheer on Fremont County athletes. Your dedication on and off the court is admirable. Find out more about that Lander institution at wyomingcatholic.edu. Mentioned the 2025 Mascot Challenge voting is underway now. Round 1. Vote for your favorite mascot. Helps us seed the next round. We'll eliminate the bottom 4 teams. So if your favorite Fremont County mascot does not get at least the top 8 votes, then they are eliminated, and then we go into the head-to-head round of 8 next. County10.com to find the 2025 Mascot Challenge presented by Porter's Supply Company. Riverton won last year, first win ever for the Wolverines. Shoshone Wranglers, always one of the favorites. Pathfinder Panthers, speaking of Lander representation, out in front early on. They've always got a good fan base, and students get really involved there at Pathfinder High School. That 3 was Erica Wilson's, by the way. And the onslaught continues here, unfortunately, for Lander. 38-9 midway through the third quarter. Bring in a Lincoln nice dish for Goggles. Trouble handling it. We'll scoop it out to Rounds. Reinhardt will try a 3. That's good. Lander's first triple of the ball game belongs to Dagan Reinhardt. And we go 38-12 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Both teams hitting a 3-pointer their last possessions. Wilson wants another 3. She's feeling it. 2 trips, 2 3-pointers for Erica Wilson. Goggles at the top. We'll give it up to Hollingshead. Paisley to Addy. Lincoln to Reinhardt. Can't get it to go from the left block. Gets her own rebound, though. White hits the deck, and then it'll be thrown away into the Lander bench. So it was a good effort, good hustle play, just kind of a sloppy pass that got away from Lander into their bench. 41-12. Pinedale has led throughout, and 20-4 was the first quarter score. 29-8 at halftime. Pinedale already with 12 points in the first 5 minutes of this quarter. And Erica Wilson has been largely responsible for the third quarter scoring. Has not quite been the Elin Bowers show as it was in the first quarter. There's a traveling violation on Wilson, so you say something nice about somebody when you're a broadcaster and then they travel. Reinhardt holds it up top now. Goggles uses screen down the lane. Hayden spins around into a double team. Dish it off right side to Lincoln. Brianna Lincoln with a nice shot for 2. Ball tipped by Lincoln. Aggressive defense. Goes into backcourt. White to Wilson. Wants another 3. That's no good. Offensive rebound. Stick it back up and in. May McGuire. Reinhardt, left side. Hollingshead wants a 3. That's no good. Too strong. Rounds is there for the rebound, though. Good job down low by Addy. And we go up top to Hollingshead. Back to Lincoln, right corner. And now Goggles at the top as Lander plays catch around the perimeter. Skip pass for Rounds to Reinhardt. She tries a 3. That's no good. Dagan hit one a moment ago. Her long 3 is rebounded in the corner, though, by Lincoln, who's pushed and fouled. Lexi White picks up the personal foul. That'll be her second. Pinedale team foul number 2. And we'll see 3 subs come in for the Wranglers, including Elin Bowers back on the floor. Hollingshead almost has a strip by Elin, and now that's actually Gabby Rogers, I beg your pardon, and Rogers picks up the personal foul. Her first. Foul 3, ball out of bounds to Lander again. Goggles to send it in her front court. Rounds way up top with it on the dribble, sends it right side to Goggles. Hayden to the paint. Holland. Hollingshead, I beg your pardon, tried to get it to Lincoln. It's tipped away from her, taken away by Bowers. Bowers with some handles down the floor. Now she'll stop for a 3 and drain it. Elin Bowers almost lost it for a second, but had some nifty dribbling, stopped for a quick 3 and knocked it in. Looked like and one mixtape there for a second as pass taken away by Madeline Hawk. Now back to Bowers. Elin on the floor one time, sends it to Rogers, who's pushed and fouled. Say Lincoln tried to go through her defender and picks up foul number 2. Just the second Lander team foul here in the third quarter with only 47 seconds to play. It's a jersey day at Pinedale High School. There's a lot of different jerseys. When I walked in, there was a young lady wearing a Bronny James jersey, and I thought, that's random. And then I realized everybody was wearing a different professional jersey. Not a LeBron jersey, a Bronny jersey, just to clarify. 3 from Bowers again, rolls around the rim and drops in. Pinedale with a big lead, 49-14, final seconds of the third quarter. Goggles past the defender, can't get it to go, but Hayden draws the foul.
Foul on Pinedale player number 22, Claire Fogg.
Karen in Oak Point, Texas, bragging the high was 77 today in Oak Point. Karen, we're excited that it's been in the 40s here in Wyoming as Hayden's first is good. Second free throw in and out, no good. Big rebound, though. Hollingshead had a little bit of contact on her way back up, nothing called, and it'll be taken away by the Wranglers. 10 seconds to play in the third quarter, 49-15. Pinedale with the lead, trying to add some more. Bowers send it to the corner, right back to Bowers. Hook shot in the paint is no good. Missed by Gabby Rogers. The person who put that shot up there couldn't see through the crowd there for a second. So after 3, it's Pinedale 49, Lander 15. Back to close this one out with the fourth quarter in a minute here on KOVE, 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, and streaming video on the County 10 YouTube channel.
Gamble's is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com.
Back to Pinedale High School, Jared Anderson with you. Thanks for being with us. Pinedale basketball to start the fourth quarter with a large lead. It's 49-15 right now. Senior night coming up at Lander Valley High School on Thursday with Lyman coming to town. Scott Fuller, your normal Lander broadcaster, back with you then. Pinedale will host Mountain View on Friday to close out their regular season. Then everybody in the 3A West comes to Lander for regionals. Regional tournament starts a week from this Thursday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Here's Bowers in the paint. 2 off the glass is good. Elin Bowers. Stop me if you've heard that before. With another bucket. Reinhardt now gives to McFadden, back to Goklish. Goklish through the lane, stop left side block, high off the glass, no good. Gabby Rogers hauls down the rebound. Lander will be busy next Thursday, or this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, not only with the Lyman game, but the 1A West regional tournament coming back to Lander Valley High School. Games at the Fieldhouse and in the auxiliary gym both. Losing the handle, Pinedale picked up off the floor by Goggles, and Lander basketball here trailing big. Minute 10 gone by in the fourth quarter. 3 no good. Goggles offensive rebound cannot get the follow to go off of Reinhardt's miss. Here's Bowers, little pump fake, floater from the free throw line. That does not drop, fights for her own rebound, but Dagan gonna take it away. It's always cool that Fremont County gets to host the 1A, 2A West regional basketball tournaments. St. Stephen's and DuBois represent Fremont County at the 1A West in Lander. 3 from Goklish is good. Daisy Goklish with Lander's second triple of the contest. A lot of fun to just come out and watch some random basketball too, no matter who's playing there at those tournaments. The 2A West over in Riverton will feature Wyoming Indian, Wind River, and Shoshone representing County 10. And then, of course, a bunch of other 2A West teams from across the region. 2 more. Mid-range, Elin again gets it to go, and timeout asked for by Trent Bowers. 5 minutes, 47 seconds to go. Full timeout on the floor. We'll take one with them. It's Pinedale 53, Lander 18. Back in a minute on KOVE and County10.com. .547 remaining in this one. It is Pinedale on top of Lander. 53-18 on that Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Pinedale is led the entire way. It was 20-4 after the first quarter. Number one 3A girls team in the state have been pretty unstoppable. There's a nice dish underneath to Mulholland. Lay it up and in for two. Bowers, right corner. Reloads up top. Everybody's touched it. This possession for Pinedale in the hands of Gabby Rogers right now. Rogers to Wilson as they keep it hot up top. Lander in a 2-3 zone defensively. Now underneath, shot is missed by Rogers. Scramble for the rebound, going to come away to Goklish. Daisy wants to push one-on-one. Left side is blocked. Rejected by Erica Wilson, taken away by Bowers. Pinedale in transition here with a 33-point cushion, 4.5 minutes remaining. Three from Wilson skims the net, no good. Falls away out of bounds. Lander basketball. Again, Thursday senior night for these Lander Tigers. Come on out and cheer them on if you can make it to the Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse. And if you can't, Scott Fuller's got the action for you at County 10's YouTube channel and KOVE Radio. It's been fun being able to pick up some of these games as the season's gone on. My thanks to the Lander community and the sponsors for putting up with me and allowing us to broadcast these. Thanks to our great YouTube audience. A couple of Lander misses knocked out of bounds off of Bowers. Stays Lander basketball. If you'd like to sponsor Lander Sports in the next go-around, we can't wait to bring you football and more basketball next year. Goklish off the inbound shot, no good. High off the top of the backboard. You can always reach out to the sports department by emailing sports@county10.com. Love to hear from you no matter what you want to chat about. Three, Gabby Rogers squares up quickly and knocks it in. Pinedale shooting lights out from behind the arc. Up by 36, under 3.5 remaining in the contest. The 3A girls state tournament is going to be a lot of fun. Is Lincoln in the corner for three? That's no good. Reinhardt gets the rebound. Back to Lincoln. Another three. That time is good. Just a little shooting practice for Brianna. Couldn't hit. Reinhardt gets her board and kicks it right back out to her. Hits the second time. Ball tipped away by Mulholland. Taken away by Reinhardt. Believe that's Addie Rounds that got a hand on it. Instead, Addie Rounds with a nice defensive play. Bowers with a steal at midcourt, though. Right-hand layup, the distance. Easy for Elin Bowers. And a timeout on the floor. 2:47 remaining. It's 58-23. Pinedale leading Lander. Full timeout will allow us the opportunity to thank Perfect Power Electric and Lander supporting the Tigers on and off the court. Give Perfect Power a call for your electric needs at 332-7184. That's 332-7184. And my thanks to Myers Gambles on Main Street in Lander. Myers Gamble's excited to cheer on our student athletes. They've got winning deals, and remember, delivery is always free within 30 miles of the store. That includes Fort Washakie, Riverton, Hudson, and a lot of folks around Fremont County. Turn around, shop in town at Myers Gamble's. Was mentioning 3A girls basketball is going to be a lot of fun with the likes of Pinedale, and I think they go in as the favorite, but don't count out Cody, don't count out Douglas. And who knows, a team like Lander, a team like a lot of 3A competitors could catch fire at the right time. They don't call it March Madness for nothing. Goggles. Works it into the front court. Defended by Bowers. Give it to Rounds. Addy, left side, outside. Dribbles to the top. Now left side to Reinhardt. Dagan finds Lincoln at the top. Lincoln works off of a screen. Give it back to Hollingshead. Paisley. Left side, outside to Goklish. Daisy spins, backing in. We'll kick it up top to Addy Rounds. Now Lincoln trying to put a move on down low. Brianna Lincoln is fouled on her way up, so she gets 2 free ones. Was the first personal foul on Claire Thornoff. Lincoln's first one in and out of there, no good. Second for Brianna, hits the front of the rim, no good. Rebound fought for, tipped around. Haven Whitley, who's just checked in, has it for Pinedale. Wranglers subbed way down as we'll pick up some new names here. Dalton Overdorf has it now, and it's poked out of her hands, taken away by Goggles. Up ahead, intended for Lincoln. Brianna can't quite handle it, and it's out of bounds now for her. Madeline Hawk will work it up the floor. Now to Overdorf. And Whitley, top of the key. May McGuire backing in down low. Inside of 2 minutes, Pinedale's going to improve to 19-1 on the season. Ball taken away by the Tigers as Lincoln hustles it into the front court. Now stop left side elbow. Spins around, and pass intended for Daisy Goklish will go off of her, out of bounds. Nope, they'll say that one off of Pinedale last, out of bounds. Round sends it in left side, outside to Goklish. Daisy, couple of bounces. And back to Reinhardt. Dagan pass in the paint is tipped and taken away by Hawk. Thornoff behind the back dribble. Claire hounded defensively by Lincoln. Will pass it to Whitley, just breaking the 10-second count. Thornoff, right side outside to Overdorf. Now in the corner they go. Dalton, inside of a minute. Time remaining in the ball game as knocked out of bounds stays Pinedale basketball. Lander will fall to 10-8 on the season and 4-4 in conference play. Pinedale will be a perfect 8-0 in the 3A West. Mentioned their only loss this season is to 4A Green River. Overdorf, stop right side elbow all alone. Long two is no good. Offensive rebound off the glass. Not going to fall for McGuire. Addy Rounds gets the rebound. Taken away by Dalton. Given up to Thornoff. Lay it up and in and one. Claire Thornoff with a chance at the old school three-point play. Just 37 seconds remaining. We'll have the boys' game coming at you here in just a little bit. Free throw is good. Three-point play converted by Claire. Hollingshead down the lane, scoop up a tough shot, no good. Rebound, pinballs off of a couple of players. Last off of Pinedale, they say. Brianna Lincoln to send it in onto the Lander hoop. Sends it all the way in backcourt. Hollingshead retreats and gets it with 22 seconds. Hollingshead at the free throw line. Sends it to a newcomer into the game for Lander. Player, of course, I don't have in my roster that I'll check here in just a second. Give it back to that mystery player. And now Goklish down the lane. Two off the glass is good. Daisy Goklish as what I believe is going to be the final 2 points of the contest. It will be We've Gone Final. And it was all Pinedale in this one. They knock off Lander 61-25. Don't have a 21 in any of my rosters as I try to find that mystery player for Lander Valley High School. Was number 21, so if you know her off of maybe the JV roster, she came on, missed a three-pointer there late in the game, and my apologies for not catching that. Final score again goes Pinedale 61, Lander 25. Was all Pinedale. They led 20-4 at the end of the first quarter and cruised to a victory. We're going to take a slightly extended timeout here, and I continue to try to battle some technical stuff going on behind the scenes, so we will be back here in 4 or 5 minutes or so. We'll let you hear some KOVE programming in the meantime, and keep it right here on the County 10 video stream so you can watch the warm-ups. But again, a slightly extended timeout while I work behind the scenes here on a couple of things and try to get some issues resolved. Once again, the final score in the girls' game, it was Pinedale 61, Lander 25. We're back after a quick timeout on KOVE 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, and streaming video on the County 10 YouTube channel.
The Lander Valley Tigers and your Pinedale Wranglers.
Welcome you back in here to Pinedale High School. I think we've got some of our audio issues figured out here, hopefully. Sorry again about that delay. Pinedale ladies knock off Lander 61-25. As we are just about set here for the boys' game, we'll listen in to the starting lineups.
Senior Pinedale. Number 14, a senior Keaton Iron Eyes. Number 15, a junior Paxton Hollingshead. Number 22, a junior Noah St. Clair. And number 35, a junior Gavin Romer. The Tigers are coached by Stu Mullins, Randy Ford, Terry Hoffman, and Jordan White. And now the starting lineup for your Pinedale Wranglers. Starting number 2, a sophomore, Matthew Dosar. Number 3, a junior, Chase Cooley. Number 5, a sophomore, Braxton Costello. Number 21, a sophomore, Jensen Wright. And number 22, a senior, Alex Dosa. Wranglers are coached by Elizabeth Wyoming and Cleveland.
My thanks to the public address announcer there for letting me buy another minute while I continue to sort through lots of technical fun. Jared Anderson here with you from Pinedale High School. I think we're strapped in and ready to go for this one. Boys basketball with Lander and Pinedale Wranglers 9-10 overall this season, 5-3 in conference play. Tigers are 11-8 overall, 5-3 in conference play, as we've got some perspiration on the floor and some debris that's being mopped up. That'll allow me an opportunity here to let you know that these two teams met back on February 15th. Lander won that game fairly comfortably, 64-46, but we'll see what happens here in Game 2 as a shot missed right off the bat by Lander. That was Gavin Romer who gets the start tonight. In deep, could not get that one to go, and now Costello holds for Pinedale. Gosar will try a three from the top. That's no good. Rebound battled for Peyton Bell is there to knock it away for Lander. Iron Eyes, right side, outside with the basketball. Pinedale settles into a zone defensively here to start the game, and Iron Eyes three, right corner is good. Foul whistled on Noah St. Clair. That'll be the first of the game on either team. 51 seconds into the contest. Foul on the floor. Ball out of bounds. Fieldy, top of the key, kicks it right side, outside Costello. He wants a three. That's not going to drop. And up high, Keaton Iron Eyes has it for Lander. Runs the floor and will hand it off to Bell. Peyton circles back up top. 3-0 Tigers here early on. Minute 15 gone by. Bell underneath Iron Eyes. Runs the baseline. Will dish off looking for Hollingshead. Underneath Romer puts it up. He can't get that to go. And Jensen Wright snatches it away for the Wranglers. Costello down the lane. Can't get it to go, but he draws the foul. So Braxton with a nice dribble drive will force Lander to commit their second foul of the ball game. Gavin Romer is going to pick up his second foul already, so both Lander fouls actually go against Gavin Romer. And the first one from Costello is good. One more attempt for the junior Braxton Costello. It's also good. 3-2. Lander advantage early on. Tigers with possession. Hollingshead to Bell. Back to Hollingshead. He'll try a left corner three. That's no good. Off the back of the rim. Costello's there for another rebound, and Braxton hustles it in to the Pinedale front court. Give it up to Gosar, and now up top. Stellern underneath looking for Costello. That's no good. Hung in the air for quite a bit, but just left the shot short. Was kind of on the way down when he let it go. Iron Eyes the other way from the paint is no good. Hard off the backboard, and we quickly go back the other direction. Three from Jensen Wright. Misses everything. Peyton Bell's got it for Lander. Quick pace of play, just not a lot of buckets going in here early on. Floater in the paint is no good from Hollingshead. Lander's one and done. Bridger Bennett with the rebound. Fieldy at the top. Trace backs off the dribble and gives it up to Gosar. Matthew finds Costello, and around the horn they go back to Fieldy. Off a screen at the top, Gosar tries a three. That's no good. Ran down in the corner and saved off of a Lander player by Gosar. Threw it off of Iron Eyes. Good heads-up play by Pinedale. Gosar holds right side, now up top Costello. Back to Gosar, he lets a three go. Swish. Matthew Gosar with the first Pinedale triple of the contest. 5-3 Wranglers. They've got their first lead. 3 minutes gone by first quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Fieldy holds at the top now underneath to Iron Eyes. Sends it to Hollingshead in the corner. He tries a three. The answer from Hollingshead. Lander quarterback sinks it from the right side. Costello has it knocked out of his hands and nearly out of bounds off of St. Clair, and then throws it away to Peyton Bell. Here comes Lander. Bell to St. Clair underneath. Couldn't get it the first time. Goes back up with it and gets it to go. So the rebound and the shot there for Noah. Gosar, left side, sends it up top to Jensen Wright, and now Trace Fieldy backs it off on the dribble up high. Stu Mullins in his 8th year with the Lander program. Elizabeth Gosar, the head coach in her 2nd season with Pinedale. Down the lane, Braxton Costello cannot hit the layup. Lander clears it away. Hollingshead the rebound. Here come the Tigers. Finn McFadden into the game. Good to see Finn back after he'd been sidelined for a while with that leg injury. Hollingshead to McFadden, and now they go to Bell. Peyton squares up for three. Left side, that's no good. Hollingshead grabs the rebound. Paxson dishes it out to St. Clair. St. Clair in the lane, bodied up. Can't get it, but he's going to draw the contact. And Noah St. Clair will go shoot 2 times. Noah is a 56% free thrower on the season. Lander as a team, just 54%. First one is good. I want to say thank you again to Porter's Mountain View Supply in Riverton, your one-stop shop for spas, stoves, pellets, grills, and more. Porter's proud to support Fremont County athletes. Noah hits both of them. Lander's got Pinedale doubled up early on, 10-5 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. 3:27 to go, first quarter. Theodore Riviera Jr. in for the Tigers. Gosar holds at the top. Now down the lane with it is right off the window. Jensen for 2. Make it a 3-point game. Peyton Bell quickly hustles it into the front court. Is fouled on the floor. That'll be the 2nd team foul on Pinedale. And the first on Matt Gosar. Bell has it in backcourt. Peyton slowly walks it up the floor for Lander. 5 minutes have elapsed. Tigers by 3, 10-7. Riviera, pump fake down the lane. Scoops a pass to McFadden. Finn tries a 3, too strong. Underneath. Rebounded successfully by Iron Eyes. Back to McFadden. Tries 3 again. That's no good, and it's knocked out of bounds off of Pinedale. They'll say it lasts off of Alex Gosar. Gosar is all over the place here. Matthew Gosar and Alex Gosar back, both on the floor. Elizabeth Gosar is the head coach for Pinedale High School. Riviera loses the handle for a second. Now it's taken away by Fieldy. Fieldy, the distance right-hand layup, no good. Cannot hit the layup, and Bell soars in. Had it for a moment. Now people falling all over midcourt after the basketball. Squirts away to Lander, and Iron Eyes for 3. He's got it. Iron Eyes going to immediately get charged with a technical. That's the second time after a shot here in the first quarter that he has turned and gestured toward the Pinedale bench, doing that ice water in the veins thing that a lot of the kids are doing these days. I sound 100 years old, but that will be a technical foul for taunting on Keaton Iron Eyes. Shooting free throws, Trace Fieldy, and his first is no good, front of the rim. Second one for Trace is good. 5-point Lander advantage, 13-8. Fremont Chevy scoreboard shows 2:23 to go first quarter. And Keaton will take a seat on the bench after some words from Coach Mullins. Trace across the midcourt stripe is immediately stolen away by Riviera. Theodore down the lane, spins, can't get it to go, off balance shot. And Alex Gosar clears the glass for the Wranglers. Coach Mullins says, put your hands up. They do not, and Alex Gosar sinks a 3 from the top. 2-point game. Bell holds at the top. Porter Plaisted out there for the Tigers. Underneath St. Clair, turnaround left-hand shot for 2 off glass is good. Noah's off to a good start in this one, especially on the offensive end. Gosar to Costello. Now left side, outside they go to Alex. Alex goes baseline contested. 2 is going to drop. Nice dribble drive by Alex Gosar. Here's Plaisted to Bell. Peyton will travel at the top. Wanted to go down the lane. Shuffle to feet first. $1:25 remaining first quarter. Lander lead has been trimmed to 2. Alex Gosar back to the basket at the top. Now takes it to the floor and gives it to Matthew Gosar. Gosar spinning at the free throw line. Back up top to Fieldy. Now left side, outside Gosar for 3. That's good. That's Alex Gosar for 3, and he gives Pinedale the advantage. At 16-15 inside of a minute first quarter. St. Clair head fake down the lane, finger roll up and in. Lander takes the lead right back on another made bucket from Noah St. Clair. Costello runs into a double team and then travels. Coach Mullins called that before anybody else for the record. Officials quickly waved their arms after Coach Mullins signaled. St. Clair back to Bell. Peyton hustles into the Tiger front court. 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Lander clinging to a 1-point lead, trying to cushion it a little bit more. Bell way at the top. Looking maybe for his teammates to clear out a little bit of space. Worked on by Gosar defensively, and he's going to get a 5 count. Matthew Gosar would not let him go, and there's the 5-second violation. Not crazy, and I understand nobody cares about my opinion, and it's not worth much, but not crazy about the conservative, especially in the first quarter, strategies for a last shot. Down the lane, off the backboard. foul called as time expires. They're going to say on the shot, so 2 free throws coming for Alex Gosar. And there will be nobody on the floor for these Gosar free throws. He's got a chance to tie the game and take the lead. Are they going to put time back on? Lander will put their 5 players back on the floor with no time on the clock. And now they're going to put .3. So everybody's forced to come back out for a few more seconds before the end of the first quarter. First free throw attempt is no good for Alex Gosar. In and out. Second one will rattle home. We're tied at 17s. .3. St. Clair, 3/4 court heave. Does not go. And at the end of one, we've settled absolutely nothing. It's Pinedale 17, Lander 17. Come on back for the second quarter with us on KOVE, 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, and county10.com.
Baldwin Creek Rental Service in Lander is a proud supporter of sports and athletics here in Fremont County. Baldwin Creek Rental Center understands how expensive specific equipment can be, especially if it's for a one-time use or event. That's why they offer tools and equipment rentals. For many years, Baldwin Creek has provided services to clients in Lander and the surrounding areas. From lawn and garden projects to graduation parties, they have the right equipment for you. Baldwin Creek Rental Center, located at 675 Baldwin Creek Road in Lander.
Back to Pinedale High School. Jared Anderson with you on a Tuesday night. Only varsity games going on across the state this evening. Don't get that very often, but this is the main event. We're all knotted up after the first period. 17-17 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Got a good Pinedale student section in front of us there the other direction. Marching band, cheerleaders mentioned, and a good crowd on hand for Tuesday night action. They're back in this gym on Friday against Mountain View. That'll be senior night for the Wranglers. Gosar underneath, working on that left block, trying to put a move on Bell, and he does. Gets it to go for 2. Nifty for Alex Gosar. Peyton Bell jogs up the floor looking for a screen from Iron Eyes. Keaton was on the bench for a while after picking up that 2. Runs to the free throw line. Dishes off to McFadden. Now Riviera tries a 3, fading away from the top. That's no good, and Gosar scoops up another rebound for the Wranglers. On the move, Costello. Hands back to Alex. Gosar to Costello. He wants a 3. That's a swish. A 5-0 run from the Wranglers to start the second quarter here, a minute old. Iron Eyes, left corner. Work it up top, now down the lane he goes, finds McFadden, right corner 3. I beg your pardon, that's Caleb Andrews. Andrews missing the 3-pointer. Now Gosar wants a corner shot, no good, may have partially been tipped by Peyton Bell. Trajectory looked a little weird on that one. Baseline, St. Clair gets it to drop, and he's fouled. Noah St. Clair is fired up. Alex Gosar picks up his first personal. If you're just tuning in, Lander took a ridiculously long route to get here when they went through Rollins. Couldn't go over South Pass due to the wind advisory. Close to light, high-profile vehicles. That includes a school bus. Officials going to get together and talk something over here on the Noah St. Clair and 1. Togety Pass had a no unnecessary travel warning. And they're going to say that was actually on Shane Rogers. So just his first, instead of being Alex Gosar's second. So they went through Rollins, crossed Interstate 80, and then back up to Pinedale. Crazy route as the free throw is good. But they got here. That's the good news for sure. Pass intercepted by Lander, and they're on the move back the other direction. Caleb Andrews applying the good defensive pressure. Hollingshead take it away, and now Bell down the lane. Scoop it left side to Andrews. Andrews dribble drive to the left elbow, and now up top to Iron Eyes. Keaton goes down the lane, looked for a teammate, and it goes to nobody on the baseline, out of bounds. Pinedale possession. Say hello to Dave watching along from Buckeye, Arizona. Dave, you're the second Arizonian on the YouTube feed tonight from County 10's YouTube channel. Knocked out of bounds on the active hands from Peyton Bell. Appreciate you being here. Feel free to drop us a comment in that YouTube chat box. Let us know where you're from, who you're rooting for. Costello to in deep, no good. Blocked out of bounds. Noah St. Clair fired up defensively. It stays Wrangler possession. Lob to Jensen Wright, hands right back to Fieldy. Fieldy steps inside the arc. Long two is no good. Jensen battles for the rebound, though, able to gather it in. Scoop a pass to Shane Rogers, who can't hit from the left block. And St. Clair emerges from it 3-on-3. Lander looks to push. Iron Eyes for two. He's got it. Keaton Iron Eyes will tie us up at 22s. 5:25 remaining in the second quarter. And a new ball game again. We started this quarter tied at 17. Baseline dribble drive. Rogers all alone. Lay it up and in. Blown coverage defensively there for the Tigers. Hollingshead. Give it up to Peyton Bell. Bell left all alone. Try a three and knock it down from the top. Man-to-man full court pressure from Lander. Pinedale fans trying to get into it. Chant his defense. Here's Gosar looking for an answer three. That's no good. Soaring into the play. Stick it back up and in was Trace Fieldy. And he gives Pinedale a 1-point advantage again at 26-25. Here is Iron Eyes fading away for three. No good. Costello's got the board, and Pinedale quickly in transition looking to push. Gosar going to slow things up and back it off in the midcourt area. Alex, pass tipped by Peyton Bell. Had to go in backcourt to get it, but no over and back after the tipped basketball. Fieldy trying to hand it off to a teammate. They collide, and now Jensen Wright's got it, but he travels. Hollingshead to Bell. Long three from Peyton. That goes in and out. No good. Noah St. Clair battled for the rebound. Nearly had it. Squirts out of his hands, though. Gosar quickly down the floor. Right side jumper is good. And Pinedale has built a 3-point advantage. Knocked out of bounds off of Alex Gosar. Stays Lander basketball. 3:40 remaining. It's 28-25 now. Say hello to Rebecca, who's cheering on Lander from Navajo Nation, Arizona. Iron Eyes, corner three, no good. Thanks for being here, Rebecca. You are the third Arizona check-in tonight. Love the Navajo Nation area. Have been fortunate enough to visit a lot of that area a few different times. Spectacular down there. Can't wait to go back. Three in the corner from Gosar was no good. Left it short. Hollingshead. No, that's Playstead quickly the other way. Couldn't get it to drop, but Porter will draw the foul. I'm going to reverse what I said again. That is Paxton Hollingshead, the 15 and the 12. Throwing me off there, and then a timeout asked for by Coach Gosar. That is the first Pinedale timeout with 3:08 remaining second quarter. It's Wranglers 28, Tigers 25. Say hello to Alan checking in, saying big game tonight, go Tigers. It is the time of the year where you want to be playing your best basketball. Down the stretch in February, looking ahead to March in just a few days, and this is where you are just over the moon excited as a basketball fan. High school and college basketball, looking ahead to March Madness. Even the NBA starting to get good about this time of the year, but these high school games I mentioned, 1A, 2A West regionals coming to Fremont County Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The 1A West will be in Lander. The 2A West will be in Riverton. Good opportunity to go cheer for just some random basketball. Don't even have to be a fan of those teams, but a lot of county teams, 5 county teams. St. Stephen's and DuBois will be at the 1A West. Wyoming, Indian, Wind River, and Shoshone will all be part of the 2A West in Riverton. Lander will host Lyman on Thursday. That'll be senior night. And your regular Tiger broadcaster, Scott Fuller, will be back with you. Everybody can take a sigh of relief with Scott back on the microphone. Free throw number 1 from Hollingshead is good. I guarantee that Scott knows the difference between Paxton and Porter. Hollingshead second will rattle home. It's a 1-point game. 28-27, Pinedale with the slim advantage as we close in on 3 minutes to play first half. Gosar holds at the top. Good aggressive defense right there at midcourt by Lander, but now Fieldy sends out the instructions in the Pinedale half court. Trace backs off the dribble, goes high post to Gosar. Alex dribbles in the corner, now stops for a mid-range 2 that rattles around the rim and drops in there. Pinedale lead is 3 again. Good work by Alex Gosar with the dribble. Iron Eyes to the free throw line. Scoop a pass out to McFadden. Finn down the lane. Floater is good, and he's fouled. Finn McFadden an opportunity at the three-point play. Trace Fieldy picks up his second personal. Team foul number 3 this quarter on Pinedale with 2:23 remaining. And McFadden back on the floor after the injury has tied us up again, 30-30. We started this quarter tied at 17s and now have a 13-13 second stanza so far. Fieldy in backcourt. Crosses the timeline on a throw to Gosar. Now Costello has it, left side outside. Back to Fieldy. Lander in this 2-3 zone. Alex Gosar left alone for a moment. Tries a 3. Iron Eyes trying to hustle back. Will give up the foul on the 3. And a trio of shots coming for Alex Gosar. Pinedale's leading scorer, averaging nearly 16 per game. First one is good. That'll break the tie for now. Alex, a 65% free thrower on the season. Second one is no good, too strong. Thanks to Fremont Chevy GMC in Riverton, supporting Fremont County athletes. Your hard work and dedication does not go unnoticed. Fremont Chevy GMC here for you every step of the way at 1401 North Federal in Riverton. One more for Gosar, lets it go. That'll sneak over the front of the rim and drop in there. It's 2/3 of his charity stripe shots. Inside at 2 minutes remaining first half, 32-30. Wranglers out in front. Romer So Hollingshead goes down the lane, and Romer is going to get charged with a foul. That's going to be Gavin's third. He picked up those two quick ones in the first quarter. Back on the floor, picks up a quick foul number 3, and Gavin's frustrated. He's going to have to come out. Caleb Andrews back in there for Lander. Tiger team foul number 2 here with 1:46 remaining second quarter. Costello in backcourt. Lander moderate pressure, trying to get Pinedale to run into a trap right at midcourt, but they won't fall for it. Gosar, mid-range 2, will sail on him way over the rim, no good, but the other Gosar, Matthew, is there for the rebound. Gosar will try a long 3. That's no good. Peyton Bell tracks it down for the Tigers. Hollingshead to McFadden, and now Andrews down the lane trying to split some defenders. Had it blocked. Joey Bain on the floor for the first time for Pinedale. Got part of it. Now 3 the other direction, left side. Good from Trace Fieldy. A 5-point Pinedale lead inside of a minute. Second quarter, Peyton Bell has it knocked away. Costello on the floor will get a foul called on Bell, and Costello gets up screaming. He is fired up. Peyton Bell's first, team foul number 3 with 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Buckle up for Life Wyoming halftime show coming at you in just a little bit. Coach Mullins lobbying the official. Gets a shrug from the official and then shrugs him back, and now the official getting questioned about something by Coach Gosar. You just can't make anybody happy when you're wearing stripes. Fieldy's pass to nobody will go into the front row of the stands, and it's Tiger basketball. So Pinedale lead at 5. Lander an opportunity to chip into it here before halftime. Hollingshead will go down the lane, stop at the free throw line, dish off to Andrews. Andrews to McFadden. Jumper in the lane is good. Finn has 5 points on the night. Gosar and Fieldy playing catch in backcourt. Now they'll finally break that 10-second count. 10 seconds remaining in the half. Gosar will line up a right side 3. It's good. Alex Gosar for 3 more. Almost a steal in backcourt on Pinedale. Knocked out of bounds with 0.1 remaining. It is hard to get a shot off, especially with the length of the floor to go with just 0.1. Peyton Bell grabs and hucks it. Wouldn't have counted, but at the end of 2, Pinedale leads Lander 38-32. We'll take a quick break. The Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show presented by the Wyoming Department of Transportation is on the way. At the intermission, Pinedale 38, number 5 Lander 32. Back in a couple of minutes on KOVE 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, and streaming video coverage on the County 10 YouTube channel.
Welcome to Bailey Tire Pros, your local tire and auto repair specialists in Riverton and Lander. Say no to endless online tire listings and experience the convenience of local service. With unbeatable prices and top quality tires, we're here to change the game. Quality service and expert staff ensure you always get the right fit for your car. Choose local. Choose Bailey Tire Pros, where your satisfaction hits the road.
Electric are your trusted electrical contractors in Lander. With over 30 years of experience, we excel in light and heavy commercial construction, residential remodeling, and service work. Our licensed electricians use only quality materials and are committed to meeting your construction schedules. For professional electrical services at competitive prices, choose Boyle Electric. Give your place's electrical wiring the touch of excellence. Call 307-332-8139.
Welcome you into the Bailey Tire, or the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show. YDOT brings you a simple message. Seatbelts save lives. Buckle up every trip, every time. Seatbelts save lives. It's Pinedale 38, Lander 32 here at the break. 17s at the end of one. As I almost get unplugged for a third time. Behind the scenes, I'm trying very hard to protect all of my equipment. I apologize for the delay. It is 38-32 Wranglers on top of the Tigers here at the intermission. And mentioned to you, Landers got just one more doubleheader at home to close out the regular season. That'll be on Thursday as Lyman comes to Landers, so invite you out for a senior night. Scott Fuller's back on the broadcast for you. If you can't make it, we've got coverage of that on County 10's YouTube channel and, of course, on KOVE Radio. So that is still to come, and hopefully here at halftime we're going to try to track down Drew Powell, the head coach of the Lander girls, who may or may not realize we're up here at the top of the gym. Lady Tigers fell in defeat earlier tonight, 61-25 against a very good Pinedale team, number one in 3A girls basketball, and they improved to 19-1 on the season. Mentioned to you the 1A West tournament starts at Lander Valley High School on Thursday. Couple of county games of interest there. St. Stephen's girls will open with Cokeville at 3:30 in the field house. The DuBois ladies open with Little Snake River at 3:30 in the auxiliary gym, so they're playing simultaneous of one another. And then on the boys' side, St. Stephen's boys get an early one. They play at 11 o'clock against Farson on Thursday. You've got the DuBois boys against Little Snake River at 2 o'clock in the auxiliary gym. 2A West happening in Riverton Thursday, quarterfinal games there with Fremont County involvement. Wyoming Indian and Shoshone's ladies play in an all-county girls game at noon at Riverton High School. And then the Wind River's ladies play Thermopolis at 3:30. On the boys' side of the 2A West, it's Wind River taking on a very good Thermopolis team at 5 o'clock at RHS. That same Wyoming Indian Shoshone matchup, that's a 1:30 start from Riverton Middle School. Man, that Spartan Gymnasium is going to be packed for Wyoming Indian and Shoshone. May need to haul in some more bleachers for that one there at Riverton Middle School this upcoming Thursday. Brackets are available at the WHSAA.org website. You can follow along with scores and updates there. We've also got the brackets posted for you at county10.com. Wranglers on top of Tigers 38-32 at the intermission. The Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show presented by the Wyoming Department of Transportation continues in just a couple of moments on KOVE and county10.com. on our Buckle Up for Life Wyoming post-game show. Drew Powell, head coach of the Lander girls, is with us. And Coach, what can you say about that Pinedale team? They're number one coming in. You knew they were going to be good, and they showed the state why they're number one, it looked like.
Yeah, I mean, when you knock down 11 threes, I bet they're above 50% from the three-point line tonight. It's just a hard team to beat. They're good. And then for us, it just seemed like there was a lid on the basket. It was really hard to get that thing to go early. I thought we had some great back cuts that ended up in entries right underneath the basket. They just didn't fall, and sometimes that's the way it crumbles. And then we had a 5.5-hour trip on top of that to get here. So I think we had a little bit of jet lag, as they'd say, but the girls came out and played hard, and I think that's the biggest thing.
I was going to say, how did that bus ride affect your girls? I know they're used to trips, but you didn't expect a long trip, so did that kind of mess with your mindset coming into this?
Yeah, I mean, we were off the bus for about 10 minutes in Rawlins on the way up here, and then we got here and we played within an hour, which isn't very normal for a varsity game, but I thought it really just came down to we got to be able to step on the floor and play right away. But also in that same breath, the Bowers girl is good, and when she's on, it's hard to stop her, even if you have a hand in her face.
You get a couple of days here, and then Lyman comes in for a senior night. Obviously, you've played Lyman. What do you know about them? What do you take away from that road trip down there?
Yeah, we have Lyman Thursday, so we get one day to prep for them. Jason, their coach, always has some weird stuff that'll run against us, so it's just kind of getting the girls ready for that tomorrow, and then just continuing to be confident and hold our heads high, and then continue to play at 100% all the time, and I think we'll put ourselves in a good spot, and then just competing for all 32 minutes.
And I know Scott's going to have that game for you, so he'll ask you a lot about your senior class, but last home game of the season, what would it mean for you to have a bunch of Lander community support on Thursday?
I think that's a huge thing. One thing about Fremont County and Lander in general is we're a basketball town. We'll have 1A regionals there, so you can go watch a couple good games before you get to watch us. But really, it would be great to have everybody there, pack that gym, and make it a loud, great environment.
All right, Coach, thanks so much for coming up. Appreciate it, and we'll look forward to Thursday.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Absolutely. Drew Powell, head coach of the Lander girls basketball team, falling to Pinedale earlier here. We're just about ready for third quarter action from Pinedale. Again, Jared Anderson with you as the Wranglers on top of the Tigers 38-32. Want to say congratulations, and we have a few times this week, but of course to the Lander Valley High School boys swim team, making it 29 state championships in a row. Shauna Morgan and Lander swimmers. There's nothing I can't say that you don't already know, but they have done just incredible work, and it is one of the best stories, not only in Wyoming sports, but I think high school sports in the nation. I really do, and every year I say the same thing, is when are they going to make the movie? Maybe after 30. As the three-pointer from Costello is good to get the scoring going here. Costello had a nice first half. Now Gavin Romer inside in deep. Couldn't get the first shot to go, but on the second attempt, Romer is fouled. So Gavin out there starting the third quarter with 3 fouls, limited on the bench in the first half, unfortunately, after picking up some early fouls. And Gavin trying to contribute, but avoid picking up another foul here in the third. First one for Romer is good. And Gavin's second, too strong, no good, but Peyton Bell, long rebound, good hustle in the corner from Peyton, will reload for the Lander offense. Underneath Romer, in deep, shot, couldn't get it to go before he is whistled for steps. Romer just ran into that double team down low, was in too deep to go straight up with it, and get a little disoriented when you get 2 hands in your face from 2 different players. Gosar underneath Jensen right. Good body control. Get it to drop in there. Pinedale's got their largest lead of the game now at 10. St. Clair up top to Hollingshead. He tries a 3, and he's got a 3. whistle and a flop violation on Pinedale after the shot. A flop warning, I should say, not a violation yet. Romer comes out. McFadden back on the floor. We've played just 1:02 here in the third quarter, but a lot of things feel like they've happened. Fieldy to Gosard. Matthews spinning, hand in his face. Shot is no good. Was well contested by Hollingshead. Here's McFadden, right corner three, open, got it. Finn McFadden, they must have called it a 2. They've only got 2 on the scoreboard. I thought the official's hand went up. But for now, it's 43-38. Gosar underneath, stripped on his way up. Peyton Bell, but Gosar's got it back. Now Costello, right side block, will dish it out to Matthew Gosar. Matthew trying to go one-on-one against Hollingshead. Height disadvantage there for Gosar. Back to Fieldy. Now Costello past one, get it to roll in off the front of the rim. Costello's got 2 more. It's a 7-point Pinedale lead on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard, 45-38. St. Clair down the lane, scoop up a tough left-hand shot, got it, and he's fouled.
Baskett's good. Foul ball on lineup player number 22, Alex Gosar.
Alex Gosar picks up the first personal foul. First foul on anybody here in the third quarter as St. Clair trying to make it a 4-point game. He does. Pinedale led by 10 just a moment ago. Now it's down to 4. Fieldy spins in the paint. Dribble drive shot off. Kick it out to right. Left corner three. No good. Off the rim, and Iron Eyes has it for Lander. Keaton looking to push. Hollingshead stop left side block. Good body control for a second. I thought late whistle will call a foul on Hollingshead. There was some contact there. And for a second, I didn't think he was going to run into him, but just enough contact. Hollingshead gets the player control foul. Fieldy at the top. Finds Gosar, long three, no good. Shot goes too long, and Iron Eyes up high for the rebound. Keaton down the lane, spins, pump fakes, send it out to Hollingshead for three. Paxson shot is no good, but offensive rebound by St. Clair. Noah backing into the paint, looking for some help, finds Bell at the top. Peyton, right-hand dribble, jump stop at the elbow to Iron Eyes for three. It's short, no good. Rebound taken down by Costello. Pinedale looking to push, knocked out of bounds by McFadden. Stays Wrangler ball. Get a couple of cool shout-outs on our YouTube channel here in just a moment. We've got listeners all over the place. Viewers, I guess I should say. I'm used to old-school radio guy stuff, so not so much listeners anymore. You got people actually watching along. Glad we can bring you video coverage via county10.com. Gavin Romer back out there for Lander. Shane Rogers back on the floor for Pinedale. Gosar at the top, Matthew. Worked on by Theodore Riviera Jr. Right, holds left side outside. Now Gosar, and around the horn they go to Costello. Costello will try a three, no good. Good block out down low by Romer to gather it in. Now Bell in the lane, kick it up top to St. Clair. Noah backing in, spinning, left-hand shot will drop for St. Clair. It's a 2-point game. Lander trailed not long ago by double digits. Coach Gosar wants a timeout. Stu Mullins flexes to his team as they'll gather around him. Lander fired up right now. A lot of momentum on Lander's side with 4:15 to go, third quarter. It's Pinedale 45, Lander 43. Want to say hello to Linda watching in Oahu, Hawaii. Saying go Keaton, Iron Eyes. The crew and Auntie watching from Hawaii. Awesome. I'm jealous, and it's fun to know that we're on in Hawaii tonight. Say hello to Pamela, Daniel and Pamela, watching in Littleton, Colorado, cheering on Lander and Peyton Bell. Thank you to Daniel and Pamela in Colorado. Not quite as far as Hawaii, but appreciate that as we get to check off another state. I've had 3 Arizona viewers. We had Texas check in, Pennsylvania check in, Hawaii, and Colorado now. Love hearing from you no matter where you are, even if you're back in Fremont County. Thank you for being with us. Right. Shovels off to Costello. Costello, strong drive, left side. Get it to go for 2. So Coach Gosar takes that timeout, draws something up, and Braxton Costello able to convert 2 more points. Here's McFadden, spins in the lane. That'll drop. It's a 2-point game again. Nice soft touch by Finn McFadden. Matthew Gosar, right side, outside. Right at the top, Costello. And underneath to Gosar. Good ball movement here by Pinedale as they work it around the perimeter. Now down the lane, tipped by a Tiger for a second, but right back to Costello. Right to a cutting Gosar. Gosar's fouled by Bell on his way up. And Alex will have a pair of free throws. Peyton Bell picks up his first personal. That is the second Lander foul of the third quarter. First one for Gosar is good. Make it a 3-point game. Say thank you to the Wyoming Department of Transportation. Reminder that seatbelts save lives. Buckle up so you can stay in the game every time, every ride. Second free throw is good. 2-possession game again as Gosar knocks them both in. 5 minutes gone by in the second half. Peyton Bell at the top. Switches hands. Now Iron Eyes tried to feed the paint. Ball is kicked by Matthew Gosar, and it stays Lander ball out of bounds. Peyton at the top. Dribble it one time, send it right side to St. Clair. Noah, strong dribble in the paint, loses the handle, but is fouled. That's Pinedale team foul number 3. Ball out of bounds to LVHS. Bell to trigger it in, under into the right of his own hoop. St. Clair at the top, spins at the elbow, pump fake in the paint. Strong shot is no good. Hits the rim and will not go in. Alex Gosar gets another rebound. Wranglers by 4, looking for more. Costello in the corner, 3. Fieldy, that's no good. An air ball and Iron Eyes. No, Riviera is there for the rebound. Outlet to Bell. Bell scooping athletic shot as he hits the deck. Got it to go. Not sure how Peyton Bell was able to do that, but nicely done on the athletic move from Peyton. Tigers trail by 2 again. Romer knocks it away and then is going to be called down low for a foul. Knocked it away, but had his hand on Shane Rogers, and that's going to be foul number 4 on Gavin Romer. Paxton Hollingshead returns for the Tigers. Costello up top to Gosar, and then Alex Gosar. Matthew to Alex. And Alex finished the play off. Iron Eyes has to go to the floor to get it, and Coach Mullins wants a timeout to save the Lander possession. Good heads-up timeout by the Lander coach in his 8th season. 1:50 to go, third quarter. Pinedale on top of Lander, 51-47 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Thanks to Perfect Power Electric and Lander supporting our athletes on and off the court. Give Perfect Power a call for your electric needs at 332-7184, 332-7184. Want to say hello to Chuck cheering on his nephew, Noah St. Clair from Los Angeles. Crossing off California. Thanks for being here from LA, Chuck. Echo saying go number 43. Echo and Dad are watching you. Thank you, Echo. Fans of Theodore Riviera Jr. Back out there on the floor right now for Lander. Here's Hollingshead from the right side block. Working on Costello. Pass intended for Hollingshead, too far out of his outstretched arms. It'll hit the baseline, out of bounds on the Lander turnover. Trace Fieldy works it up the floor, hands off to Costello, who hands off to Gosar. They weave at the top. Gosar is going to try a long two. That's no good. Iron Eyes cannot muscle away the rebound and then picks up the personal foul as he knocks Gosar to the court. Lander will host the 3A West Regional Tournament. So it's going to be busy at LVHS this Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Three from Gosar at the top is no good, but Matthew is pushed on the shot. And that is going to result in a trio of free throws. Riviera picks up his first personal, and Matthew's got the three. So 1A West Regionals this week, along with senior night, as the first one is no good. On Thursday with Lyman taking on Lander, and then the following week, next week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 3A West Regional Tournament at Lander Valley High School. Second free throw is good. Gosar's got one more to go. And that'll hit the front of the rim and stay out. St. Clair's got the board for Lander. Noah having a great game so far. Hands back to Peyton Bell. Bell uses a screen back to St. Clair. Left-hand layup is good. Great job by Bell to set up St. Clair, but I like that when I say something nice about a guy and he does something well right after that. Underneath, spinning, hitting, and fouled is Gosar. Was just at the line. Now he's got an opportunity for a three-point play at the charity stripe. Matt Gosar can put his team up by 6. And he does. Inside of a minute to go, third quarter. 55-49 Pinedale. Lander trying to chip into it with the ball. Bell at the top. Looking for Iron Eyes. Thought Iron Eyes was going to pop out. Instead he goes inside and ball sails to the sideline, out of bounds. Finn McFadden going to come grab Peyton Bell, give him a breather before the quarter break. Fieldy works it up the floor for the Wranglers. Now Matt Gosar sends it back to Fieldy. See what the Pinedale strategy is here with 30 seconds left in the quarter. Airing out the possession here at the top. Fieldy works on Iron Eyes, gets past him. Floater in the air, no good. Good help side defense by St. Clair. Noah hands back to Keaton. 12 seconds. Lander may be able to hold for the last shot of the third quarter now. 5 seconds. St. Clair. ISO dribble, hooks it to Riviera. 3 at the buzzer is not going to fall. Looked like it was too late anyway, but I think the official was going to count it had it gone. And after 3, it is Pinedale 55, number 5 Lander 49. Back for the fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. We're back in 60 seconds right here on KOVE, 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, and streaming video on the County 10 YouTube channel.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
For a second time in this game, we have tied 17-17 in a quarter. It was 17-17 at the end of the first quarter as St. Clair's in deep put it up and in. And the third quarter goes 17-17. Was a 6-point Pinedale lead at halftime, 6-point Pinedale lead to start the fourth quarter. Jared Anderson with you here from Pinedale High School. Glad to have you along in Sublette County, Wyoming. A windy but sunny day in Sublette County here. Long bus ride for the Tigers. They go over 5 hours through Rawlins. Gosar at the top is fouled by Bell. And we've got 3 free throws coming for Alex Gosar. Feels like we've had a lot of fouls on three-pointers here, especially in the second half. At least the third one of the game. Lander going through Rawlins to get here if you're just tuning in. South Pass and Togety Pass not options for the bus. South Pass due to wind, Togety Pass due to snow. Second free throw for Gosar, no good, too strong. Want to thank Wyoming Catholic College in Lander, proud to cheer on the Tigers. Your dedication on and off the court is admirable. Find out more at wyomingcatholic.edu. Wyoming Catholic College lets County 10 pick our Athletes of the Week. And if you'd like to submit one, you can by emailing sports@county10.com. Second free throw is good, so Gosar knocks in 2 out of the 3, making it a 6-point Wrangler advantage again. Tigers looking for a conference win, trying to stay in the top 5 of the Wyo Preps poll. As here's a pass taken away by Costello. Braxton holds at the top. Give it to Gosar, right back to Braxton. A little bit of space. Now to Gosar. Matthew for a long 2. That's no good. Hollingshead's up high for the Tiger rebound. We've played 1:10 in the fourth quarter. Tigers trail by 6. McFadden crashes into the lane. Shot off the rim is no good. Hard off the back of the rim. Coach Mullins lobbying the official on the far side, trying to get a point across, maybe about a foul that he felt like should have been called. Traveling violation on Braxton Costello will give it back to the Tigers. Got a comment on YouTube saying Pinedale, some floppers. They do have a flop warning. Turnaround 2 from McFadden is good in the paints. Finn with another bucket. Man, it is nice to have him back after the injury. Almost 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter. And a tight one from Pinedale. Gosar will use a screen on the dribble. Left side Costello. Back to Matt Gosar. Matt stops at the free throw line, off balance 2, nearly banked it in, but does not. Left it a little bit short. Iron Eyes the Lander rebound. Hollingshead underneath to St. Clair. St. Clair right side block, pivot around 360 and kick it up top to Hollingshead. Now McFadden will work on the dribble. Finn to Iron Eyes. Keaton tries a 3, no good, too strong. And a rebound comes to the Wranglers. Nice job, Jensen Wright with another rebound. He's been quietly very nice, especially on the glass for PHS this evening. Gosar down the lane against a double team, gets it to drop. Gosar off the glass for 2. Peyton Bell hands back to Hollingshead. Paxson in the free throw line, dishes off to McFadden. Finn trying to clear some space down low. A little bit of contact. McFadden creates some separation and gets it to go. Some of the Pinedale fans asking for a forearm. Not going to get it. Costello. Right-hand dribble at the top. Hollingshead on him defensively. Right side, outside, he goes to Jensen, right. Left side, Gosar. Matthew trying to put a move on Iron Eyes. The distance, scooped up. Too strong, though. No good. And St. Clair looks to push the other direction for Lander. St. Clair right past one defender. Now backing in. Pump fake in the lane. Good dish underneath. Hollingshead got it to go. What a great pass from St. Clair. Good finish from Hollingshead, too, obviously. So it's a 2-point game. 4:22 to go, fourth quarter. Pinedale on top of number 5 Lander, 59-57 on that Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Glad you're with us. Thanks for some great YouTube interaction tonight. Mary checking in from Arizona. That's our 4th check-in from Arizona this evening. I think we just need to organize a County 10 watch party in Arizona somewhere. And get a restaurant affiliated or something. Let you guys have a spot to go since there's so many Arizona viewers here to cheer on Lander. This is going to be a fun finish. It's been a fun ball game. I mentioned it was 17-17 in the first quarter. Both teams scored 17 in the third quarter. Second quarter saw Pinedale outscore Lander by 6. So far, nearly midway through the fourth quarter, Lander outscoring Pinedale by 4. Sigma's from Arizona, too. There you go. Got the entire state of Arizona with us tonight, it feels like. Fieldy crosses the time stripe. Iron Eyes on him defensively. Now Trace backs it off. The junior sends it high post to Alex Gosar. Gosar on the floor a couple of times. Finds Rogers. Shane just checked in during that timeout. Hounded at the top by St. Clair. Costello will travel. Costello then slams the basketball. That was dangerously close to a little extracurricular, and the Lander coaches asking about it. The official kind of turned his back as he did so. Normally, that basketball slam in frustration has been a T in Wyoming high school basketball, but not right there. Here's Riviera for 3, left corner. That's no good. Gosar will snuggle the rebound. Fieldy has Iron Eyes on him. Left side, outside Costello. Off a screen, back to Gosar and around the corner. Right. Trying to create some space. Right-hand floater does not draw anything. Hits the baseline on the air ball out of bounds. Back to the Tigers. We'll see Finn McFadden come to the check-in stand and go replace Riviera. And now Finn will come all the way to the baseline to throw it in. Peyton Bell with a slow jog up the floor. Pinedale ladies victorious decisively earlier tonight. They go 19-1 on the season and look to stay number 1 for another week. They will have to play Mountain View on Friday. Blocking foul as McFadden goes down under the Lander bucket. That is scary to see already with that leg injury he was coming back from. He will bounce up, though, and hobble back into the play. Coach Mullen's going to let him stay on the floor, just coming up a little bit hobbled there. Lob up top for St. Clair. Finn still kind of limping around. St. Clair, good body control, got it to drop. We are tied 59-59, 2:47 remaining. Noah St. Clair coming up big a lot, and there's a rebound on a missed shot from Iron Eyes. Lander looking to push. Hollingshead down the lane, left-hand shot, got it to go, and he's fouled. The Lander bench is on their feet. Shane Rogers picks up foul number 3. And Lander has stormed back to take the lead. They trailed by as much as 10. And Hollingshead trying to put them up by 3 points at the line. Bends his knees, lets it go. It's short, no good. Alex Gosar's got the rebound, ahead to Matt Gosar. Fieldy nods to a teammate looking for a screen. Now he's going to reverse directions, dribble the other way, and gets charged with a carry. The palming violation sends it to the Tigers. 2:22 remaining. 8 o'clock, KOVE Lander. Jared Anderson with you here, streaming video coverage on the County 10 YouTube channel if you want to watch the last couple of minutes. Traveling violation, going to go back the other way. St. Clair in the lane, tried to spin around, shuffled the feet. So traveling for each team their last 2 times down, respectively. Their last 1 time each, I guess. Not sure I'm making any sense at some points in the broadcast, but that's usually how it goes for me. Gosar at the top. Here's a screen from Costello. Gosar contested long, too. It's good. Tied again. They call that a 3? They did. That's a 3. Gosar will allow Pinedale to take the lead. I couldn't see with the student section in front of me. I thought his foot might have been inside that line, but they'll call it a 3. So it's 62-61. Pinedale on top of Lander on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Timeout. Asked for by Coach Mullins. Charles, thank you for the Eagles reference. Winslow, Arizona, cheering on Noah and the rest of the Tigers. Been to so many fun spots in Arizona. I still have never driven through Winslow. I know there's that statue with an homage to the Eagles, but I've still never seen that in person. Want to thank Bailey Tire and Auto Service, proud to cheer on our local athletes. Full service tire and auto shop, 755 South Federal in Riverton, 1305 West Main in Lander. That's your Tire Pros, Bailey Tire and Auto Service. 61 apiece, 140 remaining. Lander basketball from Pinedale. Iron Eyes holds right side outside above his head. Watches for a cutting Peyton Bell in the corner to Hollingshead. Open left corner 3. That's no good. Fight for the rebound. Grabbed by Iron Eyes. The official down low. Stopped play. Iron Eyes thought he had it. Now they're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow comes to Pinedale, and that's one of those where maybe if you just hold off on the whistle for a second, Keaton's got it, but there was a tie-up for at least a second there. Gosar's got Bell on him defensively at the top. Gosar trying to put a move on. Right-hand floater down the lane. Contact, nothing called. Shot doesn't go. Offensive rebound. Kicked out to Fieldy. He tries a 3. That's no good. St. Clair's got the board, and he's fouled. Matthew Gosar picks up the personal. That is just team foul number 3 on Pinedale. Actually, that's just team foul number 2 this quarter on Pinedale. 65 seconds to go in the game. We're tied. Iron Eyes, left corner. And a whistle. Coach Mullins wants a 30-second timeout. Stops the clock at 1 minute exactly. 61-61. It's been tight all the way through. Biggest differential was Pinedale had a 10-point lead for just a few seconds in the third quarter. Lander went on a 6-0 run at that point, trimming that lead back down to 4. Lander took the lead on a couple of different occasions in the second half. But fun one here from Pinedale High School. Wranglers trying to get to 500 at 9-10 overall. Lander has won 3 games in a row, looking to keep that mini hot streak going here, especially at the right time of the season, like we mentioned, and I know I'm Captain Obvious for basketball fans, but I want to play your best here down the stretch, February into March. Finn McFadden back on the floor for Lander. Will inbound under into the right of his hoop. They did, by the way, make that a two-pointer, not a three-pointer on the Gosar shot. Apologize if I didn't mention that. So it is 61-61. McFadden killing some clock. Landers taking about 20 seconds off of it here so far. Inside of 40 seconds. Now McFadden. Lander just killing the clock. Pinedale letting them. McFadden now challenged, and coach wants another timeout with 25 seconds remaining. Coach Mullins down to just one timeout remaining. Meanwhile, Elizabeth Gosar has got 3 timeouts. It is cool to see a female head coach for a boys varsity program. Elizabeth in her second year with the program. We see that, have seen that for 10 years now at Green River High School with Lori Ivy, the female head coach of the boys program down there. Not sure Pinedale got the message. This is a full timeout. They're back on the floor first. Again, Thursday, we'll wrap up the regular season. Lander hosting Mountain View at the Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse. Come on out and cheer on the Tigers if you're able. If you're not, if you're watching from Arizona or Hawaii, you can join Scott Fuller, your normal Lander broadcaster. Thanks for letting the backup guy fill in this evening. I'm Jared Anderson. Glad to have you with us. Looking at a fun finish here from Pinedale. 61-61 with 25 seconds remaining. Finn McFadden crosses the timeline for Lander as the inbound was in backcourt. McFadden back to Bell. Lander deflating the clock again, playing for overtime or a win. We'll see if Pinedale comes out and challenges a little more inside at 10 seconds. McFadden left side outside now at 5 seconds. Peyton Bell down the lane, lose the handle, is fouled. Will they call it in the act of shooting? Foul on Braxton Costello, and it's on the floor with 2 seconds on the clock. Ball out of bounds for the Tigers, and Coach Gosar will burn one of her timeouts to set up her defense. 2 seconds remaining, 61-61. It will be Tiger basketball under and to the right of their hoop. Obviously a lot of different candidates for a game-winning shot if you're Lander. Peyton Bell leads the team in scoring, has a fantastic shot. Keaton Iron Eyes can come up with a big one. Noah St. Clair has been big all game long. Paxton Hollingshead. And it's good to have Finn McFadden back. I think as long as he's out there, he'll be the inbounder. But with 2 seconds, you're able to get a couple of quick passes off if you want to go back to the inbound guy. Wranglers back on the floor. Lander did a great job that last possession, forcing worst-case scenario overtime. Pinedale does have 4 team fouls, by the way, so if they committed one, Lander would shoot, but just 2 seconds. McFadden will be the inbounder. Slaps the basketball, sends him in motion, cuts all over the place. Lob for Hollingshead from the free throw line at the buzzer. It's short, no good. And we will play extra basketball. Headed to overtime, tied at 61 apiece. Fun one. We didn't want it to end anyway. We'll play 4 more minutes. You are listening to Tiger Hoops on KOVE, 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, and streaming video coverage on the County 10 YouTube channel.
Is a proud
Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
We're going to play overtime in a 3A West Conference game from Pinedale, 61-61 at the end of regulation. It's Alex Gosar in the jump center circle. Paxton Hollingshead opposite him. And the officials going to get together and chat about something here as we go into the fifth quarter tonight. So we have an even first and third quarter. Pinedale outscores Lander by 6 in the second quarter. Lander outscores Pinedale by 6 in the fourth quarter. Just even all over the place tonight. McFadden goes to Bell. Peyton down the lane is fouled on the floor, but that's going to be the 15th foul, so Peyton Bell's going to shoot a couple of free throws. Jensen Wright picks up his second personal foul. And Bell looks to break the tie. 10 seconds into overtime. His first free throw skims off to the left side. No good. Shot number 2 for Peyton. With a lot of crowd noise, sinks it. Gosar quickly up the floor, hands off to Costello, left side behind the arc. Now at the top, Fieldy. Fieldy takes a breath, surveys the Lander defense. They're in a man-to-man. Left side outside, Matt Gosar watches a cutter go by, gives it to Costello, and now right side, Fieldy holds it. Gosar worked on defensively by Peyton Bell. Long possession here from Pinedale to start the overtime. Costello down the lane, shakes off a defender, spins to the left and gets it to go. Iron Eyes quickly back the other way. Keaton against the double team. Off glass 2 is good. We trade leads for a second time in the OT. 1 minute gone by. 64-63. Tigers with a 1-point advantage on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Matt Gosar on the floor one time. Up top to Costello. Now Gosar from just beyond the free throw line. That'll rattle home. We trade leads a third time in overtime. Bell at the top. Kicks it left side to St. Clair. Noah reloads up top to McFadden. Hands back to Iron Eyes. Now St. Clair, little head fake. Cannot get it to go on this second time up. Knocked out of bounds off of St. Clair, goes to Pinedale. Say hello to Deanna, saying you got this Tigers on YouTube. Linda saying hustle, block out, don't hesitate. Take it to them, Tigers. Lander handled this team fairly easily, won by 18 on February 15th. A much different game. Jump ball force there as players wrestle after it on the floor. Possession arrow stays Pinedale with 2:07 to go in OT and a 1-point Wrangler lead. Costello looks for a long time, then finally gets it to Wright. And Wright is fouled by McFadden near midcourt. That's just the second team foul on Lander. McFadden's first also. Official picking up some debris on the floor. Hats off to our Wyoming high school officials, always doing a great job keeping the surface safe. looking out for these student athletes. Here's a takeaway by Bell at midcourt. The distance, he's blocked by Gosar. Picked back up by Iron Eyes, and he's got it. Keaton will follow after the big block, and Lander reclaims the lead for now, 66-65. Coach Gosar wants a timeout. 1:50 remaining in overtime. It is Lander 66, Pinedale 65. We were tied 61 apiece before we got here. It was 17-17 after one, 38-32. Pinedale at halftime, 55-49. Pinedale at the end of the third quarter, 61-61 right at the end of regulation. And so far in the 2 minutes and 10 seconds we've played of overtime, Lander outscoring the Wranglers by 1. Pinedale basketball right in front of their student section. And apologize for the camera angle. Unfortunately, not much I can do there with standing fans in front of the near side here. Gosar back to Costello. He wants a three. No good, front of the rim. Gosar's got the rebound, though, and Pinedale going to reload. Matt Gosar holds at the top. Looking for Costello. Down low off of Alex Gosar. Out of bounds it goes. Lander basketball on the Pinedale turnover. 90 seconds to play in OT. Peyton Bell stands at the top and dribbles. Costello now within an arm's reach. Will put it on the floor and give it back to St. Clair. Noah. Back to Peyton Bell. Lander taking some more time off the clock. Ball was tipped into backcourt by Costello. Bell goes and gets it. 1 minute remaining in overtime. Peyton Bell reverses direction, stops at the free throw line, gives to St. Clair up top. Lander in the bonus should Pinedale foul, and they do. Alex Gosar gives up the personal, and that is going to send Noah St. Clair to the line, so 22 fouls, 22. And Noah, who's had a great night all night, has two really big free throws. First one is good. Elizabeth Gosar wants another timeout. There's a full timeout from Coach Gosar. I want to thank some of the folks that make these broadcasts possible. Lander Tiger Basketball brought to you in part all season long by Bailey Tire and Auto Service, Myers Gambles, Porter's Mountain View Supply, Fremont Chevy GMC, the Wyoming Department of Transportation, Perfect Power Electric, and Wyoming Catholic College. Wyoming basketball underway. They're in Reno tonight, taking on the Wolfpack. Nevada out in front early on, 14-9. 7 minutes gone by there. Hopefully we can join the coverage of that for you following the conclusion of this one. .50 seconds remaining in overtime. And Noah St. Clair trying to put Lander up by 3 at the free throw line, out of the timeout. St. Clair toes the mark. The lefty spins the basketball, lets it go. It's nothing but net. 68-65. Tiger lead, still a one-possession game as Trace Fieldy slowly walks it up the floor for Pinedale. Braxton Costello hands back to Fieldy. Fieldy picks up the dribble. Iron Eyes on him defensively. Now he goes right side outside Costello. Braxton to Matt Gosar. 32 seconds to go in overtime. Gosar down the lane. Big jump stop. Got it to go. Nice dribble drive from Matthew Gosar. Makes it a 1-point game. Here's Peyton Bell across the time stripe. Gives it to McFadden. Finn being hounded by Fieldy, and Finn McFadden will be fouled. So free throws, obviously huge down the stretch, and 2 coming for Finn McFadden. The Tiger who's been out for a while with a leg injury returns to action. 2 big free throws. First one is all net. Good for Finn. All net in a good way, I should clarify. Timeout by... Looks like Lander took that timeout. 17 seconds remaining in overtime. 69-67. Lander on top. No matter what happens here, obviously it's still a 1-possession game. And we talked about all the shooting threats that Lander has. Pinedale has some shooters too. Obviously the Gosar brothers, Matthew and Alex, Braxton Costello, Trace Fieldy, all very capable shooters. Finn McFadden trying to force him into a situation where Pinedale needs a 3 to tie. One free throw after he's had a few seconds to think about it. McFadden lets it go, no good. Didn't draw anything, and it's ball out of bounds to the Wranglers. So a 2-point game with 17 seconds to go. Pinedale basketball. Fieldy worked on by Iron Eyes, works it up the floor. Trace uses a screen at the top, dribbles it right side behind the arc. Bell smothering defense, gives it to Costello. Costello is grabbed and fouled. That's team foul number 3 on Lander. Ball out of bounds with 5.7 seconds to go in overtime. Second foul on Hollingshead. Inbound comes to right, up top to Gosar. He's got to retreat to get it. Gosar heaved it. The official going to stop play, and a timeout asked for by Pinedale before the long heave at the buzzer. They'll try to set him up in some better position. There's 1.4 seconds remaining on the scoreboard right now, but the official's going to get together and talk about how much time they think should be on it. 69-67. Lander trying to hang on, but Pinedale going to have one last gasp at this. They're going to put 2.7 seconds on the clock. So now you go from you got to shoot right away to maybe you got time for a bounce, maybe you got time for a quick pass, but not much more. With the Wranglers looking for a potential buzzer beater to either win the game or send us into double overtime. Braxton Costello will be the inbound man in the Pinedale front court. Pinedale down by 2 with 2.7 seconds remaining. Matthew Gosar, Trace Fieldy, Alex Gosar, and Jensen Wright were on the floor. Coach Mullins has the counter timeout as we go into chess match mode. Who you sending out? What are you looking like? And now do they come back out with the same plan, or do you switch it up after Lander has gotten a peek at how you're going to set up? Well, no matter what happens here, it was a fun game to do. Really fun down to the wire. Both teams playing like their seasons depend on this as they jockey for position in the 3A West. Just over a week away from regionals, which again will be in Lander this year. Nice advantage for the Tigers, but also Love it when we get to host these tournaments in Fremont County. Good all the way around. Good for LVHS and good economically to get to show off the community a little bit. Bring some folks into town. Same players for both sides. Out of the situational timeout. 2.7 to go. Wrangler basketball. And Costello to send it in his front court. St. Clair waving his arms in front of him. Costello bounce pass it into Gosar. Looking for the two and the tie at the buzzer. No good. Off the rim. Lander hangs on. And it's heartbreak for Pinedale in overtime. Fun game. Extra time. Tigers 69. Wranglers 67. As we go final from Sublette County. Bailey Tire and Auto postgame shows coming up in just a few moments. Stu Mullins, the Lander head coach, will join us in victory. We'll chat about this one here in just a couple of minutes with the coach. 69-67, Lander wins in overtime. We're back with the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show in a couple of minutes on KOVE, 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, and county10.com.
Welcome to Bailey Tire Pros, your local tire and auto repair specialists in Riverton and Lander. Say no to endless online tire listings and experience the convenience of local service. With unbeatable prices and top quality tires, we're here to change the game. Quality service and expert staff ensure you always get the right fit for your car. Choose local. Choose Bailey Tire Pros, where your satisfaction hits the road.
Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com.
I'm John Shade, your Edward Jones financial advisor. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement of our young athletes from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of the Lander Tigers on KOVE. Call John Shade or stop by my office at 824 West Main Street for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Perfect Power is a proud supporter of athletics and student athletes all across Fremont County. Perfect Power provides services for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. Darren Hubble, owner and master electrician, has over 30 years of electrical experience. Darren's trustworthy team of professionals can get the job done right. Perfect Power, serving Fremont County and surrounding areas. Stop into 1320 West Main Street, Lander, or give him a call at 307-332-7184.
Modern Construction is a local contractor dedicated to our community. We're proud to support our student athletes in every sport on and off the field. We believe in hard work, crafting excellence, and building legacies one project at a time. We bring your vision to life. Visit GoddardConstruction.com to see what we can create for you. Goddard Construction, building Fremont County one project at a time.
Participants must be at least 10 years old and accompanied by an adult. Space is limited, so don't wait. The Game and Fish Department website has all the details you need, rates, dates, and applications. Sponsored by the Wyoming Game and Fish, the Wyoming Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Welcome you into the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show. Your local tire pros, Bailey Tire and Auto Service. A victorious one for the Lander boys. They knock off Pinedale 69-67 as we await the arrival of Lander head coach Stu Mullins. The Lander girls unfortunately fall in decisive fashion to the number 1 ranked Pinedale ladies, 61-25 this evening. My thanks to Coach Drew Powell for joining us after that one. And again, both these teams back at it one more time in the regular season. You will have an opportunity to see them again at LVHS. Of course, regionals are at home this year, but they'll honor their seniors and go through the festivities of having one more regular season game on Thursday with Lyman coming to town. Some confusion on that schedule, by the way. The original schedule that came out has that game set for this Friday. There was an adjustment kind of midway through the season that we were notified of where they're moving that game to Thursday, so it indeed will be, according to AD Cyril Stauffenberg, and not on Friday, when Scott Fuller will have those for you on County 10's YouTube channel and, of course, radio coverage here on KOVE. We again hope to chat with Coach Mullins, who's back in the locker room right now, and if we don't, we're going to try to send you on to Wyoming Cowboy basketball here in a few moments as they're taking on Nevada this evening. Again, it was 17-17 at the end of the first quarter here, 38-32. Pinedale led at halftime by 6. Led to start the third quarter by 6. It was 55-49 at the end of the third quarter, I should say, to start the fourth quarter. We go to overtime at 61 apiece, and it was Lander outscoring Pinedale 8-6 in the overtime period. I see Coach Mullins walking up to us, so we'll stretch this out as he works his way up the broadcast. Also looks like Noah St. Clair is going to join us here on the broadcast in a few moments after we speak with the head coach, but just a thrilling win for the Lander boys, 69-67, and Coach Mullins joins us now. Coach, you can't make it easy on us fans. It goes down to the wire. Good experience, I would imagine, playing in a tight game that was close all the way through.
For sure. I mean, we had to go all the way around Rollins, and not saying it's an excuse, but we rolled off the bus probably 2.5 hours before we played, and you could just see how sluggish we were there for 3 quarters, and it was like whipping a dead horse. We didn't have any life, and especially on the defensive end, and we walk a razor's edge as far as if our effort and focus are not elite, we're not very good. We're pretty average, but super, super proud of the kids for sticking their nose in there and continuing to work and, pulling it out in the end.
I was going to ask about that wild road trip. Obviously, you're used to long bus rides in Wyoming, but when you're not expecting it and you're expecting a fairly quick trip over South Pass, how was their state of mind going all the way around the state?
Not good. I mean, no bones about it, right? Like, you just kind of get a pit in your stomach and you got to bare your teeth and grit it. It's a long ways to get from Lander to Pinedale going that way. And so, but it is what it is. Our JV kids jumped right off the bus and played a great game. And so you can't use it as an excuse, and we didn't. We just had to persevere there because, we worked in practice yesterday, and we know when we prepare for this team, even if the team gets, the opposing team in practice hits the rim on a 3, we count it because that's how good of shooters they are. And so that's the type of effort that you need. And I mean, credit to them. I mean, a lot of those are very, very contested shots. Some of them aren't, that are on us, but we got kids with hands right in their face, and they're just really, really good shooters, and that's their advantage.
I thought Noah St. Clair was huge for you. I hate to pick out individual efforts when you have such a good team win, but he seemed like he came prepared on both ends.
Yeah, we knew we had the advantage inside, and that was part of the problem early on was, we just settled for way too many threes, and, it looked like a nice game of open gym out there for a while, and you have one, we have one, you have one, and again, we live on the razor's edge, and we're just not that team, especially when you have the advantage inside, and, Noah is so good about, we call it a Barkley move, where he gets downhill, he flips his hips, he keeps that guy kind of in jail and then scores. And so, he's really developed that game and made some big free throws too.
You get one day basically to go home. Do you practice tomorrow? What's your next 24 hours look like?
Yeah, sounds like the pass is open, knock on wood. So, we'll get home at a decent hour, and it'll be a lighter practice, but we got to prepare for Lyman now, so try to finish out the season and finish it for the seniors.
I know you get regionals at home, so there's more opportunities for Lander fans, but it's senior night, it's special, it's the end of the season. What would a big crowd mean for you and your guys on Thursday?
Man, awesome. I mean, we go to these road venues. The place is always packed. The student section is huge. The band is rocking. We have seen that in Lander Gym. We just need it more often, and there's like you said, there's only so many times, and this team deserves everybody's support, and we play better with a big crowd, and so we would love everybody to maybe not tune in to our streamers, no offense, but get to the fence.
go cheer them on in person.
You guys make it too easy.
Absolutely. Coach, appreciate you coming up here as always. Congrats on a hard-fought one, and we'll look forward to Thursday.
All right. Thanks, man.
Absolutely. Get home safe. Coach Stu Mullins joining us here on the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show. Again, 69-67. Lander victorious in overtime. Took 4 minutes extra basketball. Thrilling one here from Pinedale High School this evening. Pinedale ladies with a big decisive victory over Lander, 61-25 earlier on the night. We're going to pause here one quick moment. I believe we will be able to round up Noah St. Clair, our player of the game. Chat with him coming up on the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show on KOVE and County10.com. Welcome me back in here one more time to the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show. Bailey Tire and Auto, your tire professionals. does not look like we're going to get Noah. He went back into the locker room, so apologize for teasing that we might have a player of the game interview, but we're going to let them get back to the bus because they've got a late night drive over South Pass, and so does this broadcaster. So I'm going to wrap things up and take you into Wyoming Cowboy coverage as they're on the road to Nevada tonight. See if I can get a real quick scoring update here as we do that on the fly. Nevada leads Wyoming 23-20 with 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Again, final scores was Lander over Pinedale in the boys game 69-67 in overtime. The number 1 ranked Pinedale ladies came to play and won decisively 61-25. For Scott Fuller and the County 10 crew, I'm Jared Anderson. Quick reminder that we're back on the air with more Lander basketball this Thursday as they host Lyman. Scott Fuller, your normal Lander broadcaster, will have that for you on County 10's YouTube channel and KOVE. So look forward to Scott's return. And again, if you can make it out to Lander, I encourage you to do that at Bob Carey Memorial Fieldhouse to cheer on the seniors on senior night. But if not, we are proud to have the video for you. Again, thanks to all of our YouTube audience. We had some great interaction there, and thanks to those of you who watched and listened silently on the radio and the YouTube channel as well. So until Thursday, for Scott, I'm Jared Anderson. We say so long and good nights from Pinedale.